Tonight on JG9 Live, we kick off Week 15 with a throwback battle between two NFC South teams in a tailspin right now. We're going to right the ship. In one corner, the Atlanta Falcons, who after a 3-2 start, have lost 7 of the last 8 games and are mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Going up against a reeling Bucs team, having lost 4 out of 5 since the bye, needing this one to stay pace in the NFC South Division hunt alongside the Carolina Panthers. It's Baker and the Bucs. It's Cousins and the Falcons on throwback night here on JG9 Live. Here we go. All right, everybody. Happy throwback night, week 15 of the NFL season. Oddly enough, this will be the final Thursday night game I do in the studio for this season. There's no Thursday night game. Week 18, week 17 is Christmas. I'll be doing that game. And then week 16, I'm back in New York. So this is the final Thursday night game of the year in this studio. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. My name is JG9. Yeah, a couple years ago, intro with Zach Wilson, Aiden O'Connell. Yeah, if it's a crap game, but the Bucs have something to play for. So, why do some networks include throwback logos and some do not? Just about laziness. Amazon, I think, will get the assignment. I think Amazon's going to get it tonight. They used it all in the pregame graphics, so I think they're going to know the assignment. How's it going, Nicholas? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate all you guys being around this Thursday night. My name is JG9. If you've never been to one of these streams before, how it works like this, fire on the channel, any questions you might have, I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Any donation, get your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order that you see them. Vote in that poll. You think which one, Falcons or the Bucs? If you are a member, you can show us for either one of these teams using emojis in the chat. We got the emojis for the Falcons and for the Bucs available at your disposal. Every donation also counts as triple toward you make the call. Help me decide which game we're calling. Are we calling Arizona SMU or Wake Forest Mississippi State Holiday Bowl or the Mayo Bowl? I'm in New York Wednesday overnight. So I fly out Wednesday at like 11, and I get on Thursday. Tampa Bay -6, over under 43.5. I like the under, and I like the Falcons to cover. Falcons have not looked good as the Bucs have not looked good as late. I think they might struggle. Yeah, Tampa Bay to cover, but under. Yeah. Airline. I don't know if it's JetBlue or Delta. I forget which one I'm doing. I forget which of the airlines I am taking. Well, I would definitely put April 12:45 as the least devastating on that one. Because it was on the older side of things, to be fair. You know, coach in Michigan? No, it's not going to be DeBoer. No, it will not be DeBoer. I'm guessing it's going to be Dable. Yeah, bad number plus 4.5 Falcons. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty bad number. That's a bad one. And Falcons, Bucs in Tampa, obviously. Falcons, nothing to play for outside of pride. 4-9. It's been a rough season for them after their 3-2 start. Apparently, they're going to reevaluate everything. Fino, Morris, no idea if they're going to be back in 26. Yeah, but Mike Evans comes back tonight. Good to have him back. The longtime 1,000-yard receiver, veteran wideout, going to hopefully add a lot to this Bucs team. We will see. How many helmets do we have? About 1,000. About 1,000 total. Combined with NFL, college, and UFL/other spring football. Oh, the uniforms are great. The Lightning uniform are not. The Lightning uniforms are not. 25-19. That's a weird score, but you know what? I can dig it. I can dig it. But, yeah, I got about 1,000 helmets, and the uniforms are really good. Bucs, I'm fine with it being a throwback. I like the uniforms they have now. Falcons, just make this permanent. Just make this permanent. The current ones, the gradient, the logo, just doesn't work. Make this permanent. This is your best look. The Lightning jerseys also suck. Yeah, Prime under 57. Yep, Crimson Game for Tampa. Yes, it is. And it's a throwback game for Atlanta. Both teams go in throwbacks. I love when both teams coordinate on the throwbacks. I love when that happens. At least they're crushing Devils. That's good, at least. I love when both teams are on the same page. Makes for a fun viewing experience. That's why this was not a division rivalry back in the day. The Falcons were in the West. The Bucs were in the Central. So, throwback game for a matchup we rarely saw back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But obviously, these two bitter rivals now. They've been in the South for over 20 years at this point, and it's a big game. Big game for Tampa, who's been reeling as of late. He was only 6'3", even he looked like he was in his 80s. That's true. That's true, but he'd been present for a while at that point. As a casual Falcons fan, I still want to win this game, just because I would rather see the Panthers win the division than see the Bucs win again. I completely get that. I completely understand that. Yeah, Panthers haven't won the division in a while. It's been since the 2015 season. I get that. The Bucs have won the division for a while now. Bucs have won the division the last 4 years. Cracking to a same series game? I think it's going to happen at some point. I would be very surprised if it doesn't happen in the next 5 years. NFL have double color jersey matchups. They tried that with Color Rush. The problem is that they didn't really coordinate it well. So if you were colorblind, you saw basically you couldn't watch the game. I'm not opposed to it if it's done correctly, but Color Rush was a mistake. I feel like Ray J looks gorgeous. Yes, it does. They do it right with a throwback. Or else my shortest lifespan, yes. Yeah, Ducks vs. Kings at SoFi, the Rose Bowl for Stadium Series. You got to go Rose Bowl. SoFi, it's indoors. I mean, I know technically it's outdoors, but it's indoors. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to a Stadium Series game. You tease you out with the lung. They're evaluating it. Hopefully he gets better. Hopefully he's able to play on Monday. That would stink if that lung injury derails him. Again, every donation counts toward you make the call. I'm going to say which game we're calling. Holiday Bowl or the Mayo Bowl. Bucs fans don't injure the Falcons. They're injured enough already. They're injured enough with, obviously, no Penix out there. Again, appreciate all you guys being here. No overtime tonight after the game. Just keep that in mind. We never do OT on the Thursday night games, so just keep that in mind. Obviously, if this game goes OT, we'll do OT. Panther fans are Falcon fans today. Yes, they are. Obviously, the final 4 weeks of the season are going to be very dramatic in the NFC South. Buccaneers and the Panthers had to play each other twice in the final 3 weeks. Same doc, you murdered Tyrod Slung. I'll start with TJ Slung. I have no idea. The GPS Bowl on Sunday. Yep, number 3 song. The only time the Packers beat the Broncos in Denver. Ooh, October 28th, 2007. Ooh, number 3 song? I'm going to go Big Girls Don't Cry. I'm guessing that's not right. The series tied at 32. Atlanta's lost to a Tampa on 4 of the last 6. Yeah, we saw these teams meet Thursday night last year. It was one of the best games in Thursday night football history since Amazon got the rights. It was a phenomenal game. Cousins nearly 500 yards passing. Tough for Golden Knights, so same series since Legion's Dome. Yeah, it defeats the purpose. It defeats the novelty. The whole point of Stadium Series is you're playing outdoors, like you were as a kid, on the pond and whatnot. But here it's like, okay, we're just moving into an indoor stadium? No, I get that, Summer. I get that. I've definitely thought that. I hope it's okay, but I don't want it to play. I completely get that. Completely get that. Irreplaceable is a great song. I think that was earlier in the year. I think Irreplaceable was earlier in the year. The Four Seasons cover or a different song? Oh, no, Fergie's Big Girls Don't Cry. Apologize for One Republican Timberland? Oh, man. I should also note, speaking of songs, every Thursday night I do this thing called Live Man Karaoke. $50, I'll sing any song you want me to, including tonight. Tonight, we should be able to get a couple of the song requests in. $25, there's one song that's half off. And the song that's half off for this stream, who I have for the Iowa State game. Football or basketball? Livin' La Vida Loca is the song that is half off. All right, Ricky Martin. Roy Cycles in 2020 or 29. I think they're going to tie that in with the Winter Olympics. It's number 9. Okay, not terrible. Not terrible. Oh, Iowa State basketball? Oh, that game that's happening right now. Oh, man. 8-1 against 9-0. Oh, man. I mean, top 5 team at home until they lose. They're undefeated until they lose. I'm gonna take them at home. But, man. I forgot that game started. I thought the game was starting in a couple of minutes. FS1. I throw that on the background. Obviously, I got the Prime game on TV. Developable single blindfold. Yep. Livin' La Vida Loca. Ricky Martin for half off. Yeah, I'm going to take Iowa State, but man. That's one of those look, don't touch games. I would not touch that one. To be fair, I would not touch that game. I see us final matches tonight. Oh, yeah. Thoughts on SC schedule so far? Haven't taken a look at it yet. Have not taken a look at the schedule. Just for the SEC. I thought they were going to reveal it all once. Are they really prolonging it during the during Thursday Night Football? They're really prolonging it? Yeah, when it's fully revealed, I'll give my thoughts. I have not seen a thing of that yet. Favorite March Madness game of all time? Oh, man. Whew, favorite March Madness game of all time? I would say touch, don't look games. NBA outdoor game again? No. No, too much of a safety issue. And obviously the stats in terms of the wins, it would be too much of a disaster. Favorite March Madness game of all time? Florida, Wisconsin was a fun one, Sweet 16. I think last year, Florida, Houston for the Natty, that was a lot of fun. LA Bowl ending, it stinks. I think we're going to see a bit more bowls ending. A few more bowls ending. I think the writing's on the wall. Bullies who ring on the scoreboard's bugging me. Yeah, it's just a solid color. Problem is that orange is too bright. You can't make out any of the text with orange. So, can't really do that. All right, let's get this game where Falcons in the black, Bucks in the orange. So you do get that color-on-color matchup. Yeah, I do like him in the Crimson Skull hoodie. He does go hard on that. Most people do go hard on the Crimson Skull hoodie. All right, let's do this thing. 70% around the Bucks to win this one. Throwback night. Here we go. Week 15 underway. Scoreboard indicates the throwback logos. They get the assignment. And there we go. Tampa starting with the ball to the 25-30 and up the middle of the kick return down to the 34-yard line. Watts on the initial hit. And it'll be Baker Mayfield and the Bucks offense coming out. Here we go. Baker's 2-12 in primetime games, so the one was that Raiders comeback. Yeah, when he was with the, that crazy drive he had a couple years ago when he was with the Rams, yeah. Yeah, now, if the Bulls disappear, I understand it. Kyler's return, Sun Devil Stadium, probably not. It's too hot. Too hot in the desert play outdoors. It'd be a logistical nightmare. Baker last time out, 14 for 30, 122, one touchdown, one reception. Baker has definitely not played the best football as of late. No, I do not have them in September. No, I do not. Handoff here over the middle. Juke move to the 45-yard line. That's a first down the play. Gain of 11 for Bucky Irving. The second-year man had 55 yards rushing last time out. Falcons' run defense this season pretty poor. They're 24th in rushing yards allowed, 24th in yards per carry allowed. Seahawks hit over 129 yards rushing last game, over 5 yards a carry. They ran it down their throat, especially in the second half. Outline text in red. You can't really do that on here. You can't outline text in red. I don't know why. You have to do like just one cell cover. Chiefs say over. It's at least on pause. Oh, in the end zones. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, they should have. They're going to sit at 5. Mayfield pressure has to get rid of it. Checks it down to the far side of the swing. It goes to his back. Irving. And it'll get pushed out of bounds after a gain of 11 by Jesse Bates. Takes only 2 plays from to get into plus territory. I don't know why it says Tampa or LA 45. I think it's from a previous game. Let's try that again. There we go. That's the first down. As long as you have quality bowls, I'm good. Yep. Number 1 Son of David's WWE debut. I'm going to guess Hot in Here by Nelly. Lone Depot Park Host Winter Classic. Fiction, but they're doing a stadium series, so I'm going to say fiction on that. Same series, Winter Classic you want to do in places where it's going to snow or it's going to be cold. Stadium Series, you have more leeway, but Winter Classic, you want a place that's going to be cold. Because you want the potential snow game. I should be clear. Oh, no, you're good, man. You're good. Mayfield, slam pass, tip to the line, incomplete, broken up there by David Onyemata, number 90. Stuck a hand up on the slam pass, brings up second down. Also on that was LaCale London. Yeah, Amazon understood the assignment, unlike that one company that decided scoreboard with no background. Yep, don't know who you're referring to on that one. Obviously, Baker Mayfield. He was looking like an MVP candidate the first half of the season. But as of late, not so much. Last 4 games, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, a 65 passer rating. They give to the side. It goes to Irving. We brought down the line of scrimmage for no gain. Brings up third down. I got Marquand with a 5. Appreciate you a ton on that one. Is this where that Notre Dame top 12 rule for next season only come out because they were snubbed this year? No, that, I'm correcting number 1 song. Let's go. First fantasy playoff comes 2012? Wow, that's a long time. No, that rule was voted on by the conferences. That rule was voted on for a while. It was when they changed the playoff format this year where the top 4 seeds would get, and would be top 4 conference champions getting buys. When they changed it, that was always how it was going to be. So it didn't come out because they were snubbed this year. That rule has been in place for a while now. They were going to go to that. Mayfield, slam pass, behind his man, incomplete. I'm bringing up fourth down. He's 1 for 3 on the drive, and it looks like they're going to have to punt this ball away. You're not going to try a field goal this early on from 63 yards. Good throw back tonight. Yep. Appreciate you, Marquand, on that one. I got you on the game. Appreciate you, man, as always. But yeah, that rule was always in place. He was running a slam pass and was looking there for Ibuka, the first round picking up Ohio State, who was also declined a little bit as of late after that hot start. It looked like the runaway favorite for Rookie of the Year. Oh, it's only getting attention because of this? Yes. Oh, 100%. That is 100%. Dixon on the punt. And they'll let it bounce to the 5, but that's a great punt. Can he keep it out of the end zone? He can. Down at the 2-yard line. Good job there by Cameron Johnson as the gunner, knowing exactly where he needs to be on the play. To keep that from going out of the end zone. 43-yard punt, no return. Falcons starting. Oops. Inside their own 2-yard line. So it's down by Hayes, thanks to some help there by Johnson. But, you know, it definitely got elevated because of the news. I'm back to Coach James. Here we go. Bucks have ugly costumes. I mean, look, I'm fine with it for a throwback. I like what they have right now as the regular. The Falcons need to go to this full time. Pending a Stafford collapse, MVP is his. It's either him or May. It's one of those two. Drake May, Matt Stafford, I think they're the top 2. Don't discount Jordan Love. If Love goes on a tear these final 4 games and they get the 1 seed for whatever reason, I could see Jordan Love getting MVP, but I think at this point, it's a 2-horse race. Figure it's still until it's 100%. I am with you on that. But the problem is that Teddy Bridgewater's not a good backup. Bridgewater is a terrible backup. We saw him against the Rams. Hurts on the struggle bus for the Eagles fans who want to start McKee over him are nuts. Yeah, I would not start McKee over him. Protein slamming Pop-Tarts Bowl mascot this year. I love what they do. Mercedes-Benz next year for Florida, Georgia. Ray J the year after that because Jacksonville is renovating their stadium for the next 2 years. Yeah, the story on so Love is definitely it. Yeah, I think right now it's a 3-horse race. Let me check the odds. Not that I'm betting on this. But the odds right now for MVP. Stafford's the favorite. May is second. Love is third. You can bet on Hurts to win. Bet on Caleb Williams. You can bet on Caleb. Wait, what? Caleb Williams is the 7th best odds to win MVP, alongside Bo Nix. Are you kidding me? Caleb Williams has the 7th best odds to win MVP right now. No. And Bo Nix is tied for 7th. That's insanity. I know it's plus 10,000, but still. That is insanity to me. You can... That Caleb Williams is a top 10 MVP candidate right now. No. No way. That one's fight song. No, it's who let the dogs out. We're going too legit to quit on that one. Took a long hiatus, came back in 21, finally made it for missing the last 4 years. Let's go. Rams here for Bucks. I don't think they really care. It doesn't really impact them either way. Yeah, tell me it's not effective best quarterback award. Yep. Bryce MVP odds, he's off the board. You can't even bet on him. He's off the board. They're actually going down at the 6-yard line, so 37-yard punt. Still a pretty good one. Mendoza say love Pavia. Yeah, that's mine too. Hand up here to the left side, or the near side, and it's going to be Robinson. He'll get nothing on the play. Taken down by Levante David, the longtime Buck in now his 14th season. HM, my MVP pick. I mean, he's having a good season, but he's not MVP. It's very rare for a running back to win it. Offensive Player of the Year, he'll get some votes, but it's going to come down to, I think, JSN and Taylor. And Gibbs. Yeah, same cycle for Love to suck the first 2/3 of the season, then Toyota comes. Yeah, TJ Watt, hopefully his lung's okay. Quarter with a fiver, how many Super Bowls in one possession the entire game? Oh, that's a great question. Oh, I don't know on that one. I got to think about this one. Let me think. Hand off here up the middle by Cousins goes to Robinson. Robinson breaks 2 tackles, and he will spin ahead before he gets down to the 16-yard line. That's a gain of 11 and a first down, taken down by David. That's a great question. Definitely not 51. No, that. I think I can look at him on StatHead. I can probably look that one up on StatHead. Instead of trying to guess, I can definitely look at one up on StatHead. If I'm not mistaken. Appreciate you, man. First down. All the 16. I got the bot, don't worry. Yeah, let me look it up at the commercial break. I'll get back to you on that one. Cousins, play action, middle of the field, and open, and it's caught at the 30-yard line. Kyle Pitts was active today. He gets 14 yards running that in route down the far sideline. And just like that, they're out of their own 10-yard line. Bit of a drive here. Kirk Cousins, last time out, 15 for 30, 162, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Pass rating of 38.5, which you know the drill on that. But a good start here. Finds his first-round pick on the in route. There's a stoppage here for an injured player. It looks like it's a Buccaneer player. It's Jamel Dean. Dean's 7th-year man. Yeah, Kyle Pitts gonna catch. Yep. Okay, let me check on this. I don't know if there's a way to. I think there's a way to filter on StatHead. Game Finder. All right, I'm going to go Game Finder. We're going to go descending by date. Let's see if I can do this. Game results. Score margin. Oh, no, I want like largest lead. I don't know if there's a way to do largest lead. Oh, I actually don't know if there's a way to do that. I'll see if I can get the answer on that one. See if I can get the answer. All right, back and away after injury timeout. 2 at the bottom of the screen. Tight end goes in motion. It's Warner. The handoff to the outside. It's Robinson once again. And we'll get down to the 34-yard line. Gain of 5. Forcing it by Logan Hall, the 4th-year man. Jason's fifth for Offensive Player of the Year. He's cooled off a little bit as of late. I think it's him and Gibbs. I would go JSN at this point. And the Wildwood North Star throwbacks have messed with my brain. I don't blame you on that one. It's a different team. It's a little bit different. AFC is 29 wins. MC is 30. After the season, AFC team wins Super Bowl. MC and AFC will be tied. Hopefully it's Jacksonville. We'll see. Week 3 is Kivin's turn to Ole Miss. Oh, boy. All right. I got this spot. 2 at the top of the screen. Pitts motions to the top, so you got 3 at the top in the pistol. Cousins, he'll swing it out behind the lines. Robinson on the grab, and he'll get a first down the 40 to the 45 and out of bounds to the 49-yard line. Good job by Pitts there. I was going to say put his hands up after blocking in the back. They're going to get blocked in the back on this on Pitts. I was going to say good job by Pitts not blocking the back and putting his hands up, but I think he got a bit too handsy before that. So, based on history, probably the Beastquake run. Oh, now there's no foul. Okay, they pick up the flag. They're going to say no block in the back. Yeah, I mean, that would have been light. Yeah, that's the right call. That's the right call. Would have been a very light block in the back. They pick up the flag. It was going to be on Pitts, but he lifted up his hands before making a ton of contact, and the defender fell down. Picked it up, no foul. That's the right call. That's the right call. That looked pretty light on the replay. You won't have to put up with a fire with a chance. No, they will not. Cousins lose every game the rest of the season. He'd be 1-7 as a starter, age 38. Falcons cut him. Does he play again? Well, I think the question about him with the team is the salary. Can you cut him without losing a ton of money? Algier, his first carry of the game, stretch play to the outside. He'll get 3, brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line. Here are dates I'm curious on. I mean, usually I just look to see if you have, like, any gauntlets in a row. Usually I just look to see, okay. Bama, Tennessee, I'm curious on. Because that game is usually... They move the date around this year, and I didn't like that. Yeah, the Lightning jerseys are pretty bad, Tanner. You're not wrong there. 2nd and 7. I formation here. But yeah, Cuz will get a job somewhere else. As a backup. He's not going to be a starter again. Tight end in motion. They'll stretch it again. This time to Robinson. He'll cut inside. Good juke move there to get into plus territory at the 49-yard line before he's taken down by Hall. Figure it's 4-down territory here. 3rd and 3. Most recent will have a 1-score margin. That was 42. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, that game was never... Like, let me think. Obviously... 39 was 38. 38 was wild. Was that game ever a 2-score game? Was 38 ever 2? Bama, Tennessee, October. Yeah, I can take that. I can live with that, actually. 3rd Saturday, October. That's better than what was this year. I like that. Bama plays Georgia then Tennessee back-to-back. I love that. Oh, man, I love that. I think Jacksonville throwbacks are incredible. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Yeah, there's going to be a false start there. There was some movement on the right side of the line. Back it up 5 yards, get them back into their own territory. 3rd and 8. I was going to say 4-down territory. Not anymore. You lose 5 yards on that one. Sheffer, this is the referee tonight. You 42. I don't know if 38 was 1 score the entire time. But top of my head, I don't think 32 was. I think 32 was a 2-score game at one point. Best 3rd-down offense in football? Everything feels like the 31st in that category. I would assume it's probably the Rams. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Motioning is Mooney. And we got some more movement. All right. All sorts of illegal happening tonight. Jake Matthews, the veteran tackle. He jumped. Pets by 21 10 the 4th. Yeah, that game was wild because like every score was like within 10 seconds. 25 wasn't. Obviously, we had a lot of Super Bowls that were always, there were 2 scores for a while. 23. Was 23? Was 23 ever a 2-score game? 23 might have been 1 score the entire time. 23 might have been on there. Yep, delay of game for dead ball, too. First, if they bring back the same coach you elected not to bring back for 2020. Yeah, that... When the Falcons did that, I mean, man. I don't know what they were thinking. So, back-to-back penalties. Bama, LSU, November 7th. That's a gauntlet for Bama. So, you play Georgia, Tennessee. I'm assuming open date. Or no, you play another opponent. Then open date, and then Bama. Right, a shocking no one there. Yeah, it's been insanely bad. 3 on the clock. They got to get this off. 2-1. They just get off with 1 after a delay of game. Cousins steps up drag route, well shy of the sticks. Checks it down to Sills. David Sills. He'll get 4, but obviously nowhere close to the 6. How's it going, RFK? Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, Bama for them dudes are in the NFL. Yes, 100%. Yeah, 23 call for us. Yep. So what, we have 2? I think that's it. We got 2 so far. And then every other game was before that. So you got 23. You got 42. It's a Packers. Oh, man. Yeah, Iowa up by 13. Oh, man. 8 before the bye. Jeez, it's going to be good. How's it going, Michael? Appreciate you tuning in. Found themselves offense. Yep, delay of game and the false start. Punt here. Fielded at the 17-yard line. Going to the ground to make that play is Cameron Johnson. We'll see Tampa take over inside their own 20. When we get back here. Get busy living or get busy dying. There you go. So ball at the 17. Call about a 38-yard punt. Bears have already exceeded the over-under for wins on the season. That doesn't surprise me. At 9 wins already, that doesn't surprise me. I think the Jaguars did too at 9. Rams are 17th. Wow, would not have guessed that. Would not have thought that. Yeah, so answer a simple question. I think 23, 42. I think 5 was probably in that mix too. I think 5 might be. Other than that, I think it might only be 3. It might only be 3 cerebrals. Raheem Morris lost the locker room. That would not shock me. Yeah, the Falcons are reeling. It wouldn't shock me. Van Remember 14th. That'll be a fun one. First time back in Tennessee. First time back in Nashville, I should say, since the crazy upset 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure, guys, many of you like we see that like button, subscribe to this episode. I'll tell the channel, try to grow this even more. No OT tonight. Just keep that in mind. Neither team able to score their first drive. See what the Bucs can do on drive number 2. Their Mayfield did not look the sharpest on both his passes beyond the line of scrimmage. Nowhere close. LSU, Tennessee, the 21st. All right. When's Florida, Tennessee? I can put that in November again, like this year, right? That's in September. It's got to be September, right? Morris, let's see. Best 4th down team in football. Ooh, I'm going to guess New England on that one. I'll go Patriots. We don't play Tennessee this year? Oh, yeah, that's not protected. Why would they not be protected? I think that's not protected. Sandler's best film? Uncut Gems is phenomenal, but Wedding Singer, if we're talking comedy, Wedding Singer, if we're talking drama, Uncut Gems. That pass is tipped, incomplete. Looking for Mike Evans over the middle of the field, but his arm got hit. He's now 0 for 3 going past the line of scrimmage. That Christmas game is not what Amazon thought it'd be. No. No, it is not. Jacksonville plays the Jets this Sunday. It's Patriots. Let's go. Yep. Had a feel on that one because they're not going for it unless they absolutely have to when you're up by that many points. Yeah. You know, pizza, watch football. That's the life right there. Yeah, if that was going to Kirk Cousins, I still don't like him. That would be what John Boy says for sure. Yeah, well, if it's normal spot, I don't like that. 1 the top, 2 the bottom, back to his right. They'll hand off on second attempt the middle and brought down at the 33-yard line goes Bucky Irving. He'll get 7. They blow the whistle dead, taken down on the play by James Pierce, the first-round pick out of Tennessee. He was a man they traded up to get. That's why they don't have a first-round pick this year. They also got the Hill in the first down play. So that was a solid season. To be fair, Pierce having a very solid season. There was a new trade, an unprotected first-round pick like that. Can always be worrisome. But Pierce, to his credit, is playing well. 3rd down here. Yeah, it was 6-7 yards, yep. Yeah, I don't know. I would not believe you on that one. Mayfield, they're going to send 5. Stepping up, trying to skip the sack. He cannot. Thrown down the 17-yard line as he tries to step up. Brought down by Caden Ellis. And it's a quick 3 and out if the flag is on the Bucs. But there is a flag on the play. It's only on the defense. So Ellis got the sack, but it's all for nothing. Automatic first down for Tampa. They'll get some new life. Catch a break there. Another documentary in 26. That'll be fun. Don't know who they're going to go for. Yep, easy call. Easy call there. A.J. Terrell just wrapping Mike Evans around the knee. Your first round trade protections? Yes. Yeah, you would think they would have ended that by this point, but they have not. All right, back on the way here for the holding penalty. First down. They'll hand off to the side, to the 30, up the middle to the 35, and to the 40 goes White, to the 45, breaks a tackle, down the near sideline, he's thrown out at the 49-yard line. Taken down by Xavier Watts, the 3rd-round pick out of Notre Dame. He'll get 21 and a first down. Buccaneers last time out against the Saints ran for 180 yards, and White had 53 of them. Gets a gain of 21 to start, just cuts with a juke inside. Luka Decker, the right tackle. He whiffed on the block, but doesn't matter because it just jukes inside. Carolina's 5th, I would not have gotten that. 29-2 running against Minnesota. Jeez. That's insane. We have an injured player, though, for the Falcons. It is Mike Hughes, the cornerback, who is down. So we'll step aside for the moment with 4:49 to go in the first. Good drive here by the Bucs, aided by the holding penalty. Now they have it near midfield. Hughes will walk up on his own power. Why does almost every highly paid pass rusher belong to awful defenses? I think part of the reason why, it actually makes... Wait, no. Should be the inverse. I was going to say it would make sense for... Or no. I think every highly paid pass rusher belongs to awful defenses. I think part of why... I don't know what I'm... White balance. There we go. I think part of why is because those teams throw the ball more, and when you throw the ball, you get more chunk plays versus running yards. So, I think it's part of that. One at the top, one at the bottom. I formation here. Mayfield hands it up off the gut. And that'll be a gain at 2 into plus territory for the first time today at the 49-yard line. D. Alford on the stop. As that is Bucky Irving. Into plus territory. Can Bucs win this game? They have sole possession of first in the NFC South. If they do not win, Carolina takes a half-game lead on first. Obviously, Bucs and Panthers play each other twice in the final 3 weeks. We assume one of those games will be prime time. Injured on the Falcons, Mike Hughes, the cornerback. Mike Hughes. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, back to his left. Bucs going right to left. Falcons going left to right. Mayfield, out route to the far sideline. That's Mike Evans. Welcome back. Mike Evans gets 10 yards and gets his return in the creamsicle uniforms for a first down. Evans suffered that injury earlier in the season. Just 140 yards this year before the injury, but he's back. They thought he was going to be back after 2 months. He is back after 2 months. And just an easy out route there on Kobe Bryant. Mike Evans back in the equation. The future Hall of Fame wideout. One of the greatest receivers in NFL history, one of the best players in Buccaneers history, maybe the best player, especially on offense. He's back out there now. Mayfield going deep on the post pattern, incomplete for Ibuka over the middle of the field. Bryant on the coverage, overshot it by a solid 10 yards, brings up second down. By allocating so much of your defensive cap space and one player needs to carry the load if young guys and cheaper veterans can hang. Yep. But Packers have pulled it off pretty well with Parsons. Panthers Bucs sets NBC Week 18. I'm going to say fiction. I think it's going to be ESPN. I think they're going to get the Saturday night game. They got one for 1 receiving yard the first. He is not out there right now. I don't see got one on the field. Not on this play, at least. Mayfield, they're going to send 4. Second read, not there. Going third read, also not there. So step up and I will get sacked at the 44-yard line. Internal clock was poor on that one. And closing in on him with ease is James Pierce. Having a great game so far for the Falcons. Brings up 3rd and long. Pierce has a quarterback hit today. He's got a sack. Yeah, again, they don't have a first-round pick next year, but Pierce has been awfully good. That's his team-high 7th sack of the season. Sneaky candidate, too, for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Pete Evans giving him 1,000. He's not going to get to 1,000 this year, but LSU Arkansas, OU, Mizzou on rival week. I don't hate that. Mayfield, they're going to send 4. He's in the gun. Mayfield will have time. Fires to the sideline. Open as Ibuka. Caught. There was a flag on the play, though. On the corner route. And Bates adamant that this one is going against Tampa. Mayfield's adamant is going against Atlanta. Who's right on this one? Goes to Ibuka on the corner. The Ohio State man. It's on the defense. Another 3rd down penalty on Atlanta. Not that this one matters because it's a gain of 18 either way and a first down just outside the red zone. You know, the Pistons even having to pay Monty Williams, I mean, it's insane. 4 teams playing cupcakes, I like that. Yeah, that's a defensive hold. Not that matters. A.J. Terrell getting called for that one. 2nd penalty on this drive for Terrell. But Ibuka muscles through it. And it's open on the corner route for a first down. Under 2 to go in the first. So the Bucs are driving here. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Back to his right, ball to 20. Mayfield, they'll send 4. Has time, middle of the field, rifles it, caught! Is McMillan in? He is! No signal yet. Down at the 1. Gain of 19 for the second-year man. Now they're talking about it. Did the ball cross the plane? Now they're going to say it did. He caught the ball. Did it cross the plane? For the moment, they're going to say yes. For the moment, they say touchdown. We'll see if it stands. Obviously, the catch is good. It's not the issue. Will he be short? He is... That's close. That's close. Seahawks Stars Week 18. I'm going to say fixture on that. They might not play for anything. All right, that's True Sports Dog, yep. That is awfully close. Either way, it's a catch. Wants on the hit. If that is a touchdown for McMillan, that would be... his first of the season. McMillan with a broken neck bone earlier. He has not played all season. Back out there, and they'll review this play at the commercial break. McMillan, what a return this would be. You get him back, you get Evans back. Bucs offense getting some guys back potentially. No commercial stage in Glendine, Montana next year? Oh, wow. Is he in? It's close. Initial call was touchdown. Is there enough to overturn this? Otherwise, McMillan caught the ball. That's not the issue. There are a lot of police sirens. I don't know what is going on the highway right now. If it's overturned, it's going to be first and goal at the 1 yard line. And ball's just to go over the plane. Yeah, we like what we see, folks. Hit the like button, subscribe, helps the channel out of times to try to grow this community even more. This is awfully close. What'd I do? I shot the sheriff. I didn't shoot the deputy. That's what happened there. And try to see if we have anything from any reporter there. Whether it's a touchdown or not. Goldberg was up. He overprepared on a broadcast. I mean, a guy lied about being 12 years old, start wrestling at 4. Oh, I did not know that. How's it going, Joe? Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, it's happening like literally right now outside my apartment. I don't know what is going on. Let's see. After review, runner is short of the goal line. Runner is short of the goal line, so wipe the touchdown off the board. No touchdown for McMillan. Will be ball at the 1 yard line here. So 27th, I'm back in Arizona. I come back on the 26th. First and goal, going goal line fade to Evans, incomplete on the near side. The goal line fade, low percentage play, but Evans, it usually works. Terrell on the coverage, wants a flag, not going to get it. Second and goal. Yeah, they got the call right. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I'll be back in Arizona late night 26th. So 27th, we're back in the studio. They actually threw it. Yep, they actually threw it. Tyrone McMillan on the Bucs now. They're going to line Vita Vea up as the fullback here. Tight end in motion. They give up the middle, and he is in. Sean Tucker. That one's going to count. 6-0 Tampa. Sean Tucker. He gets in for a team high 6th rushing touchdown of the season. They bring Vita Vea in as the fullback. Fans are people who want all NFL teams playing zones to negate weather, and those who want no college will play auto bids for conference championships is a circle. Fact. Let's see what they do. There you go. J. Bill's call press conference. Well, no one stormed the court in a press conference. So. Extra point here. A long drive there. 83 yards, and McLaughlin gets it. 7-0. Only got the 25th up, but since I work nights, I work till 6 a.m. Christmas. Wow. Man, that sucks. That sucks. That's why I give the ball to Tucker. Yep, there you go. I'll be live Christmas Eve and Christmas. I'll be working those days. So the schedule for Christmas. Christmas Eve, we're doing the Hawaii Bowl. So Christmas Eve at night, we're going to spend the day with my family. And then at night, they're all going to be asleep. We'll call the Hawaii Bowl like we did last year. Hopefully it doesn't go 5 overtimes like last year. But we'll call the Hawaii Bowl Christmas Eve. Christmas will be live just for the night game. So we're not going to do the first 2 games. We're not doing... We'll do Broncos Chiefs at night. Cowboys Commanders we're not going to do. We're not going to do Lions Vikings. We're just going to do Broncos Chiefs. Music Pirates are waiting in line for Pirates of the Caribbean Disney. Yep. Oh, you know, it's the Pirates song. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. It's Pirates Life for me. That's the goal on that one. Meanwhile, Hughes is going to go into the locker room. Got injured on that last drive. Hughes with an ankle injury. I'm not doing the Pop-Tarts Bowl, unfortunately. Pop-Tarts Bowl interferes with the NFL, so I can't do it. I'll have the game on, obviously, but I'm not going to be able to call the game. I don't get why they do it during NFL games. We'll probably do Pinstripe Bowl, though. We can probably get the Pinstripe Bowl in. I don't know. That might be pushing it. Hawaii Bowl, 8 o'clock Eastern. Is it going to sue me? Somehow I doubt that. Who wins that trade? I would think the Bucs win that trade. Kickoff, field in the end zone, and we'll be taken for a touchback at the 35-yard line. So good field position here for Atlanta on drive number 2. Mascator, yes. But Thursday night games on Prime. The other 2 games are on Netflix. How's it going, David? Appreciate you tuning in. Cowboys fully 11% again over the Eagles. They're more exciting. Eagles, I agree with you. Eagles are a one and done. Eagles are a one and done. Pirates of the Dark Winter theme? Ooh. Could do that. All right, first down here for Atlanta at the 35-yard line. Again, if you like what you see, like, button, subscribe. Oh, and I love... Yeah, the Taylor University Nutrition is great. I love that one with Silent Night. But everyone knows what's coming. To be fair, everyone knows what's coming on that one. Play action, they're going to send 5. Cousins, middle of the field. He throws. It's caught by Pitts on the angle route. 50-45, they'll dive ahead at the 39-yard line. Kyle Pitts, his second grab of the day. It's again at 26 and a first down into plus territory. Let's go and go Cubbies. Appreciate you to tune in. Like, I feel like that court storming is different than the other ones because you know what to expect. The players know going in. So if the 10-point gets scored, you know exactly how to handle it. It's not mob mentality. Ball the 39. Next week for Thursday night, I'm going to be back in New York. We're calling the game. I'm going to be back in New York for it, though. To the top of the screen, tight end in motion. They'll stretch it out wide to Robinson. Robinson will juke back up the field. He'll dive ahead to the 36. There's a flag on the play. The vaunted Top Bulls defense. How's it going, Lou? Appreciate you tuning in. A YMSC for streams. We're doing the Hawaii Bowl. Backing up 10 yards holding. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm going to get Jake Matthews on that one. And grab him inside the collar. Easy call there, Logan Hall. I saw that with the Finnish fans. I did see that. That's like the dumbest thing you can do. Like, how stupid can you be? First off, you're now a criminal who committed arson. But now, if you love your club that much and you burn the stands, now the money they could have spent on transfers and is going to be spent on rebuilding the stadium. So now they're completely screwed. Like, good luck getting that club back up. Hand off to the near side, Robinson. We'll get to the 45 and down at the 41. They'll get the yardage back, gain of 8. Our defenses won, but not offenses. I mean, there's like, it's like a fear factor thing. I think vaunted, it's more about like, they're going to hit you in the mouth. Obviously, offenses don't really do that. Tampa best throwback unis, these. These are the best. My favorite radio host. I appreciate you a ton for us on that one. Appreciate you, man. So go to the end of one. Panthers are pulling for the Falcons. Yes, they are. I'll put a poll up who wins this one. Right, cycling thing was... Right, it's not even that great. But... Well, like, I'll put it this way. If Mets fans were upset about the way that Cohen was running the team, and they burned down Citi Field, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that they won't have the money to pay for players to make the team better. They're probably going to have to spend that money to rebuild Citi Field. Are you going to play in the Coliseum in 28? I'm surprised by that. Why can't they? I'm confused why they can't play in 28. Because the Olympics are done by that point. The Olympics start in July. Start running up hitting in the mouth. At least you know what's coming versus defense. You're going to get like knocked on your butt. How's it going, Vito? Appreciate tuning in. Kaz face press against the TV watch game. Nice. Right, more color matchups like this? Yeah, I think part of it too is like black on white. I mean, technically like it's a light orange. It's better. Like colorblind people can see that. Compared to a lot of the color rush jerseys, they could not do it. The burn down like regardless of what happens with the games, yep. But I'm surprised why they can't play in the Coliseum in 20, because the Olympics are done by that point. Olympics start in late July. And the thing with that is, why can't they just play under Olympic configuration in 28 and then put it back to what it was for 29? Granted, SoFi Stadium is a much more gorgeous stadium than the Coliseum. They're kind of upgrading there. Like, oh no, we got kicked out of the Coliseum, now we have to move to SoFi Stadium. Yes, the Hotel Casino, I did see that, yep. It's a good spot for it, too. Because they're going to have the soccer stadium there. I think that area needs something, because that area, it's not the best area. But you have the casino, you have the soccer stadium, I think it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, I think the fans that burn the stands are finished. Yes, there you go, put him Tish. No channel commitment, he's going to spend the time with his family on Christmas to stream all the games. I'll do a half day. I think the colorblind tested the color rush units. You would think, but they did not. Yeah, Rivers, he's going to start, it looks like. It looks like Rivers is going to start at 44 years old. I can't believe it. Behind that Seahawks O-line, he might die. I'm terrified. 44-year-old man who hasn't played in 5 years behind the front seven that has more pressures than any team in football. I think he's going to die. I am morbidly curious to watch that game. Blackhawks Raiders all-color throwback matchup last night? I did not see that. Right, or it's at the Coliseum because of history. There is. Yes, and Sue sort of sand at Frank the Tank's dinner. Oh yeah, that was the Jets-Bills game. That was the one in 2015. That was the one. I think that was week 2. Rivers off him at 32. I mean, look, I think if he leads them to the playoffs, I'm putting him in. You know, I will change my mind on Rivers. If he leads them to the playoffs, I'm putting him in. Callan's on the call for that one. He's gonna have a good one. And the ball JT 300 times. I could do that. Cousins checks it down to Robinson. Juke move behind the line to the 40, and he'll bounce out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Good job there in the open field. Make it 3rd and 6. Oh, the orange color rush, I did not like that for the Dolphins. Orange and orange, this doesn't work. Track will cover it on the closing ceremony, so I have to regrow the grass. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, the color rumble? Yep. Rivers eligible Hall of Fame in 2031. Yeah, if he takes a snap. Yep. Well, he's on the active roster. He's eligible in 2031. Yeah, he might die, though. One of the top 2 of them. They'll send 4. Cousins stepping up, fires, middle of the field. That's caught by the tight end Warner to the 24-yard line on the comeback route. Winfield takes him down, but it's a gain of 11 and a first. Glad to see an NFL player older than me. Nice. Yeah, if Rivers... I think if Rivers leads into the playoff season, I'm willing to change my mind on Rivers. Because I've said with Moon and Fouts and whatnot, like, he's on that tier. But if he does at 44 years old, I'll put him in. Screw it. I'll put him in at that point. One on top, one on the bottom, in the pistol. And there were all sorts of illegal now when no one was set. Back it up 5 yards. Another pre-snap penalty on Atlanta. Had 1st and 20 on the last sequence. 1st and 15 here. Chris Lindstrom. He moved, but he could have called down like 4 or 5 different guys. He tweeted that he couldn't believe he was writing Rivers' name on the card. He was looking and preparing for the game. Oh, yeah, I'd be shocked, too. I'd be like, wait a sec. Like, you think you're going to get Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, and you have the storyline about 2 quarterbacks who couldn't cut it in New York and have revived their careers. And then you start preparing for Riley Leonard, and you're like, okay, what can I dig up on Riley Leonard? I got to watch all this film on him. And now it's like, oh, wait, Phillip Rivers. Wait, what? Can't let Texans week 18. No, he'll die behind that line. Yeah, this one said 40 kids. Scanjo retirement. Tight end motion. They'll give it to Robinson. Stretch play on the near side. He'll get down to the 35-yard line. So they get the yardage back. There's a flag on the play. Might be illegal shift. I think Warner was moving forward. Warner might be moving forward before the snap. It's going to be actually defensive holding. So 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. Automatic first down for Atlanta. They're in the red zone. Saints, Jets, Colts have no one. Meanwhile, the Seahawks have 3 starting caliber quarterbacks. We do, Tanner, yes. You know, this one, I thought they were going to get illegal shift on Warner. I thought he was moving forward. Let's see this, because obviously he can't be moving. That's close. We'll get the defensive holding. Don't Rivers, everyone knows Shire. No, I do not. Based on where he dies, becomes Hall of Fame eligible immediately? No, you got to wait 5 years. Derek Thomas was the same way. Cousins, pump fake. He has to avoid the sack, fires into the dirt, looking for Sills. Tight coverage there on the play, though, for the Bucs. Courtesy of Nick Jackson. Brings up second down. How Falcons lose to the Jets? I mean, it's not hard to see when the Falcons lose games. I mean, they don't have much of an offense. Like, Cousins is not a good quarterback at this point. A group of mice who started a football team could have last week win the Super Bowl. At this rate, who knows? Nothing would shock me anymore. I think right now one of the favorites is a team that started 0-3 this year. That's the crazy part. In the pistol, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Cousins, they'll send 4. Slam pass, that is caught. Strong hands at the 13-yard line. 3rd and 3 coming up. Catch there made by David Sills. I've been targeting him a lot. The former 5-star quarterback was recruited by USC all those years ago when he was in middle school. Eventually went to West Virginia, became a pretty solid receiver. He's bounced around a few teams. Now he's found a home in Atlanta. It's their number 3 guy for now. Well, Wolves win their first game. Oh, it's going to be a while. They are inept. It's going to be a while. Best in a Pizza Stone? Oh, yeah. Pizza Stone's, believe me, I went to the Stone like 5 years ago, never looked back. Out route incomplete. Robinson was running a hitch. Cousins was throwing it out to the far side, and you figure they're going to send the field goal out. Players to retire because of terminal cancer. Will the NFL make an exception? No. No, they don't want voters to be influenced by that. Clock reset only to 50 years old. Yeah. I don't know why Robinson stopped running his route. I think it was one of those wide receiver option plays, but he had space to go the outside. CBS Week 15 map. Only markets getting Indianapolis, Seattle, are California, Pacific Northwest, and AFC South except Tennessee. Well, Tennessee, it doesn't mean anything for Tennessee. They're out. I think that was before the Rivers news. Field goal try here. Falcons have had trouble kicking all season. Zane Gonzalez, the former ASU man, knocks it through. The Falcons on the board. 7-3. Wait, hang on a second. Wait, hang on. There's a flag on the field. And it was 4th down. It's on Tampa. Whether it's 5 or 15, Somac first down. I think they're going to change the map coverage if Rivers plays. That was under the assumption of Riley Leonard playing. So hang on. Take the points off the board. Hopefully he's going to play till 50. That's a great question. Yeah, he was in the neutral zone. So Diaby's helmet in the neutral zone, but also Zion McCollum jumped. It's offside. Yeah, 2 guys actually. Diaby could have been called for neutral zone. Zion McCollum did not get back in time. So he got a jump there. So new set of downs here for Atlanta. Take the 3 off the board. Before Rivers, Robert Tennessee more interested in Green Bay, Denver. Because the AFC South, I mean, they're eliminated. They don't care about the division race in the AFC South. Cousins, middle of the field, checks it down. It's Pitts on the inside cross, and he's in. KP with the TD. The Florida man scores a touchdown in Florida. They take the 3 off the board. They get 6 out of it. Potentially 7 with the impending, with the extra point, as Pitts gets just his second receiving touchdown of the season. Odds Rivers is playing. I'll put it this way. Insiders say it's going to be Rivers. You cannot bet Riley Leonard over-under. You cannot bet Riley Leonard on the over-under in terms of passing yards. You can bet Rivers. You can't bet on Leonard. So the odds are pretty high that Rivers is playing. So 100% anymore. No, he is not. The Falcons take advantage of the penalty, and they tie the game at 7. Falcons, nothing to play for outside of pride, but on that drive, they were too legit to quit. 7-all your score. About 12 to go in the first half. I never changed the quarter. I just realized that. There we go. When we get back here in Tampa on Throwback Night. Again, if you like what we see, like, button, subscribe. Again, the song for Half Off is Live La Vida Loca at karaoke tonight. The Green Bay Denver's a better game. Yeah, Riley Leonard's injury report too. AR is out with the eye injury. And Daniel Jones is out. Kyle Pitts, baby. There you go. Obviously, it's not been the career a lot of people expected for Pitts. One of the most highly touted tight end prospects in a while. But he gets the touchdown. They're having a good game today. 3 catches. Game of the 90s for the Colts at 0. Yes! Oh, no, wait. Wait. So that did happen. There was another game. I get you, Jonathan, yep. Every time the Falcons score, they should cut the Panthers bench. Yep. There was another game I haven't done a video on where they had 3 quarterbacks and all 3 of them got injured in the same game. There was a game against the Oilers in 1990. I'm going to do a video on that. I started the script and I just never finished it. But I'm going to do a video on that at some point. Colts Oilers 1990. But also Harbaugh, yes. With the Harbaugh punching of the reporter, yes. Their experience of seeing 6-7 was short-lived. Yep. Like their attention spans. Short-lived. 7-all your score here. Teams trading touchdowns last drive. You know, there were... Basically, there was a quarterback who was banged up, and they kept him in, and Coach admitted it was a mistake. They took him out. The backup got injured. They put him back in. And they're like, yeah, it's not working. We're going to put the third stringer back in the game. He got injured, and then they put the other guy back in. Yeah, it was against the Oilers in 1990. Right, Broncos, yeah, that was Kendall Hinton game, yes. Yeah, it was Colts, Oilers, 90. Mark Herman, Jeff George, and Jack Trudeau were the 3 guys. How bad a Congo beat by Brazil? Oh, I have no... I'm going to guess 9-0 on that one. It was almost same drive, too, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yeah, no, yeah. They used 3 quarterbacks on 1 drive. Yeah, pretty much center, play center. Kickoff, end zone, touchdown, goal for 35. Yeah, on this drive, they used 3 quarterbacks. Yeah, Trudeau got sacked. Then Herman came in. He got hit on the throw. So then Jeff George came in the game. George started the game. He got hurt. So they put Trudeau in. Trudeau then got injured. Herman came in. Herman got injured on the first play. And they put George back in. So yeah, that happened back in 1990. I'll do a video on that at some point. Average before Tampa to average in Tampa, yep. Though he has not been the same since the injury. Was 9-0, there you go. Ball to 35. To be fair to Baker, he's playing hurt. Steelers Ravens Week 18 game, I'm going to say fact. I'll go fact on that one. Hopefully it doesn't happen. If Rivers gets injured Sunday, who do we go for? How do Colts fans avoid depression? Well, I think Leonard's going to play. Leonard should be able to go. Tyler Warren's the emergency guy. Video the game? Not yet, no. I'm going to do that at some point, though. Actually, the ball bounced into the end zone. It was not feeling the fly, so instead of the 35, it's going to be at the 20-yard line. It bounced into the end zone. Handoff here is going to get 8, 2nd and 2. Oh, yeah, the red helmets are fire. I am with you on that one, M. Sweeney. I am 100% with you. Go back to this full time. Just go back to this uniform set full time. Like, Bucks, I'm fine with this just being a throwback. I like their current uniforms. I will not change them, but the Falcons, this is so much better than what they got. Okoye versus Larry Johnson. There you go. Okoye was a better running back. Nigerian Nightmare was just insane. One the top, one the bottom. Tight end goes in motion here. It's Durham. Play action. Mayfield has the check down with his back. Not going to take it. Instead, will eat the sack at the 23-yard line for Onyemata. He had the check down. There was a flag on the play. He had the check down to his back on the far side. But there was an offensive penalty. Extend the drive. Terrell. Defensive holding. Third penalty called on him today already. He was working on Godwin there. Hey, tugged inside the jersey, pushed him down. I love both. Yeah, that's the thing. I love both of them. Byers versus Rathman. I'm taking Byers. Easily on that one. Easily on that one. I'm taking Byers. That's something close. I like Rathman a lot, but I'm taking Byers. Terrell's having a rough day so far. 6th year, man. It's on Amazon Prime. You can throw some holding, please? Yeah. Extending a lot of drives this way. Terrell Wash, he's not looking good right now. He's going to beat the line of scrimmage. He's usually good and press, but obviously not tonight. One at the top, one at the bottom. Back to his left is White. They give to the side. It's Tucker. Got the touchdown last drive. He'll get down to the 40-yard line. Call a gain of about 6. 2nd and 4. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe to this episode, tell the channel, try to grow this community even more. Second and 4. If you like what you see, folks, make sure you hit that like button. We are so close to 70K in terms of subscribers. Hopefully we can get there by the end of the year. We will see on that. We're at 69,368 right now. Handoff here up the middle. Spins out of trouble. Irving escaped the first tackler, but can't escape the second as a swarm of Falcons, including Divine Diablo on the stop. 3rd and 8. I did see him, Tanner, yes. That's why you shouldn't specialize in one sport until you get to college. I'm a big believer in that. You should not specialize in one sport. Let them play different sports year-round. You learn a lot, too, doing that. Yeah, Milrow was down Alabama, yes. Or the Seahawks, yes. How the Falcons get back to the logo? I agree with you. They should. It's way better than what they got right now. Never should have flipped away from this. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom, back to his right. Mayfield takes it. They'll send 5. Mayfield. Pump fake. Now looking to step up and run. He'll throw on the run after pump faking another 3 more times. Incomplete. Wants a flag for PI. Evans will not get the call. Alford on the coverage. Now they'll throw a flag. That's a very late flag. What's the call here? If you give subs, that'd be great. It's an eligible man downfield. Not that it's going to matter. So I'll pump the ball away. Obviously, that'll be declined. Yeah, they go all for throwback. I love it. Yeah, we got a nice number of viewers. Yes, we do. Right, that's Drew Tanner. Yep. It's an eligible man downfield. Once he came in more than a yard down the field, Mayfield was taken off. Pumping a few times, and yeah, there's... It was running a route. Dan Feeney was running a route on that one. There's close to eligible man downfield, and then there's 10 yards down the field, and Dan Feeney was basically running a pass in the flat. Problem is that he's the right guard. So, he can't really be doing that. Punt here, fielded by Atlanta, and taken down to the 29-yard line. Tompkins on the return. Atlanta got a touchdown last time. See what they can do here when we get back. Major League Wiffle Ball League? I've not followed that. Yeah, Bucks are highly undisciplined. Both teams are not playing most disciplined football right now. 9:35 to go in the first half. 7-all your score. If you like what we see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Helps the channel at times to try to grow this community of subscribers even more. Say to one sport raise the injury risk higher. Yes, it does. You know, I'm a big believer, don't specialize. Until you get to college, do not specialize. Dabble in a bunch of different sports. And you can use the information, too, that you learn from other sports to help you out. That's the other thing, too. You can use the information. You couldn't even get anything done despite a ring around. Yep. 87 vibes. Yep, me too. That's how it should be. How every game between these teams should be. So fresh and so clean. Boop, 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 boop. Full contact chess. I mean, there is chess boxing. I mean, to be fair, there is chess boxing. Then there's obviously championship boxing, as shown on SpongeBob, where boxers go at it. I would watch that. Robot Wars, but every robot looks like a box. Like a regular brown box. Every robot looks like a box. And they fight each other. Make the SpongeBob meme real. I do not follow Dart Stanner on that one. I do not follow him. It's got Banana's head? Huh. Percentage for Dolphins and Bengals to get in again? Bengals, it's like less than 1%. After that loss they had, they have no shot at this point. They got to hope for miracles because they're below 500. Best hip-hop record of the 2000s? Are we counting Confessions as a hip-hop record? Are we counting that, like, are we counting Usher Confessions as hip-hop? Dolphins, I think they're like 2% to get in. Monster broadcast video was hilarious. Thanks for suffering that for us. All good. Yeah, no, I was suffering through that one. I was watching that and I was suffering. I'm like, oh God, this song will never. Boxing, Hundo Jack, I'll do it. I do it for 50. Boxing, I do it for 50 for Hundo Jack. Intramural lacrosse. Well, that's a thing. Favorite Outkast song? Oh man. That is so tough. If I start me, I'll give you that. Heaven Robinson breaks the tackles on the 35, bounce outside to the 40, 45, 50, 45 and steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line, taken out by Winfield, but not before a gain of 41 yards. There's a flag on the play, though. Ever reserved for the Holloways? I'm a cake guy. Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty, back it up. So the big run will not count. I have seen Jolly. I have seen that. Yeah, Mr. Jackson. Yeah, I'm between that. And we'll get Drummond on that one. Yeah, that's the right call. He grabbed himself the collar. It was in the second level. I think if Philip Rivers leads us to the playoffs, it's gonna be him for comeback player of the year. That's the right call. He got him in the second level. I might go Roses. I'm actually gonna go Roses on that one. I'm going to say Roses is my favorite one. By Outkast. 1st and 11. Another flag. Oh my goodness. I just like to be excited for any play this game. There's been like 20 penalties. Oh my goodness. False start on Pitts. Just throw both these teams to the bin at this point. They forgot to remove the crew. Oh, I did not see that, Michael. No, I did not. Iowa State dominating right now. They have the lead again. Who is that one coming player of the year? Prescott's a favorite right now. Playing Return of the G in Rosa Parks earlier. My son was vibing with them. Yeah, good song. One of the top, one of them on 1st and 16. 10 penalties this game. We are 17 minutes in. The give to Robinson. No flags on that one as Robinson will get that yardage back at the 36-yard line. I'll get about 13. We're the best on speaker box level below. I mean, I have Hey on that one, so I get it. I get it. But just like the... I think it's like the call response part of it, too, is what makes it great. The backing vocals on that make that song phenomenal. Without the backing vocals, that song does not hit as hard. To the top of the screen, second 3-out formation, tight end Pitts goes in motion. Cousins, stretch play to Robinson. He'll juke to get the first down at the 40-yard line. Diaby on the takedown. Gain of 4. Robinson has not lost yards on any carry today. Very, very good footwork here. So there have been bodies back there, but he's able to juke and make some space for himself. 59 yards rushing already in this one. And if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Helps us out a ton on here. One at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom. Now motion to the bottom of the screen goes Mooney. Where was ever on the radio? Oh, yeah, I remember. Cousins stepping up. He'll try to avoid the sack. Fires from the field. Incomplete. One hops it to Mooney, who was wide open. Hey, how's well made move? Yes. Both great songs. Andre 3000 was all flute improv? Huh. That would have been an interesting experience. Yeah, you're not kidding on that one. Yeah, I've never heard his flute album. I know he can play. I know Lizzo can play the flute. I know Lizzo and Andre 3000 are like the only two really like flutists that are like obviously have had massive success for other reasons. Tyrion's a bad person? Yeah. But people feel the same way if the sword is broken today. Well, you never threatened to kill anyone, so. To the top, to the bottom. Yeah, they feel the same way. They're going to send 4. Cousins. Deep down the field. Robinson. One-handed grab. Are you kidding me? At the 30-yard line, are they going to say catch? They're talking about it. If Robinson hauled that in, that's one of the best catches you'll see. They're going to say catch. Down the far sideline of the 28-yard line. Gain of 32. Are you kidding me? But John Robinson. We know he can run. He can catch too. Are you kidding? One? No. Heck of an effort. That's coming back. He bobbled it. That's coming back. Good try. I think he bobbled that one, and by the time he got possession, the foot's out. I think that's coming back. Good try. Yeah, they'll go replay assist on that one. Replay assist. That's coming back. Good effort though. I just versus return the G sounds doesn't want to rap anymore along with him in concert. Michigan coach think a person famous will not be caught because big ego. When you have a big ego, you have a lot of power, you think you're invincible. Yeah, that one hopper shows how the Achilles affected causes. Yep. You know, foot was down, he bobbled it too. Good effort, but that one's coming back. Most of you agree with that. It's better than garbage team. I'm with you on that one. Robinson's so good. One of the top 3 at the bottom. Cousins will snap at their another flag. Back it up 5 yards. This is just being college. I don't know. He did not have control. I'm not sure when the time he had control if the foot was in bounds at that point. Yeah, a lot of people get drunk off their ego. Yep. So that's why I see a lot of streamers get in trouble, because a lot of streamers, they've never had a job. So they stream, like, they become big in their teens and early 20s, and they don't have any real-world experience. They think they're invincible at that point. Why divorce him? Oh, 100%. 100%. There's no way. It's actually not fair to the kids if you don't divorce. You're teaching them a bad lesson. It's actually not fair if you don't divorce. One of the top 2 of the bottom, back to his left. Back to his right, I should say. Cousins will take it with 1 on the clock. They're going to send 4. Cousins checks it down to Pitts. Pitts to the 40. And will get brought down at the 47-yard line. Morris worst coach in the NFL. He's really bad. This game is awful. 4th and 4. They'll have to punt the ball away. Mud surfing? That sounds like a fun sport. Yeah, that sounds a fun sport. Million. We have another injury. McCollum. He goes down and he's slamming his legs to the turf. $1 million guaranteed or 1 million more hours to live. Problem with the hours. Okay. I mean, first off, am I guaranteed full health? Because am I guaranteed full health? If I'm guaranteed 1 million more hours to live, am I guaranteed to have good health during that? Because it's 114 additional years onto your life. If I'm like going to be 200 years old, but I'm going to be just rotting in bed, no. $1 million, I mean, a lot of the hours you spend are working. So $1 million, you do it wisely. You don't have to work as much. You have a lot of security that way. They're going to punt it away. Opinion. I wouldn't go here. I would not go personally. Punting right opinion. Gets it off. This one will bounce to the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. I do have nothing to lose. But 33 yards of net on that one. 4th and 1, I would. 4th and 4, not so much. Yeah, I don't trust this Bucs offense right now. Ball the 20 when we get back here. Because that changes the equation. Notre Dame fan kind of loving this Michigan drama? Yeah. This week's been crazy for college football. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore about this. It hasn't been said already. It's just nuts. Right, it would suck to live forever seeing as the world would change, not for the better, and everyone you know would be dead. And that's also true. Yeah, it depends on health. Personally, I'm probably taking the $1 million. I'll take the $1 million. Because it's like, would you rather live 200 years, but probably working for a good chunk of that, or you get security? You get 60 years of security. Brian Kelly's run for president in 28. The bar's on the ground, so with most people that run. I mean, Kanye wanted to run. Stephen A's thinking about a run. So the bar is kind of in hell. If Kanye and Stephen A are putting up presidential campaigns, the bar's kind of in hell. So you know what? Screw it. Why not? Why not? I would probably rather the... Wait, it's so funny, too. The way it came out, it's the exact same spelling, but one of them is wider. Where says go? I mean, if they went, odds are they would have got called back for a penalty. Odds are with the Falcons, the way they played today, would have been called back for a penalty if they went. The UFL is going to be a lot different. We're going to be on the call for it. We'll be on the call for the UFL next year, as we always are. Next year's going to be a busy year on the channel. Winter Olympics, World Cup. It's going to be a wild off-season. I mean, busting our butts this off-season. I mean, we're always busting our butts, but we're really going to be busting our butts this off-season. No break after NFL because then Winter Olympics. And then March Madness is right after that. And then you got, I mean, after that, you've got baseball, UFL, World Cup. I have to check out the Bucs series on Prime. I will have to check that out. I have to dig up some stories on the Bucs. The Orlando West. Yeah, I don't think that was going to happen. Ball to 20. They're going to send 5. Mayfield checks it down, incomplete into the dirt, looking for Irving. Brian Kelly's one of those people who you're confused how he's been tolerated so long with how unliked he is, because he wins. That's why. The moment he stopped winning, people stop tolerating him. That's why it always pays to be a good person, because the moment you stop winning, people get really sick of your you-know-what. So being nice goes a long way. It's why a lot of people in Jacksonville have had a lot of success in terms of staying on for a while, even though they're not good coaches or good front office people, but they're good people. They're good human beings. Screen pass here, down to the 24. And then you got Urban Meyer, who, when the wind stopped, he was out the door immediately. Gain of 4. That's Godwin. Would Taylor do it? No. Taylor wouldn't win. No, Taylor would not win. I'll put it this way, not to get political, but Taylor's made it very clear who she voted for last election. That did not change anything. So Taylor would not win president, no. Now we're sure Falcons coaches. Reeves. Bennett. Quinn. Smith. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. They're going to send 5. Mayfield to the sideline, out route, caught. At the 36, it's Mike Evans working on Kobe Bryant. Gain at 12. I'm voting for Frank. I will definitely vote for Frank. You know, get sick of you when stop winning at points at Urban. Yeah, that's what I was going for. That's exactly what I was going for. Again, Jacksonville, Shah Khan is the patience of a saint. Shah Khan is the patience of a saint in Jacksonville. Gus Bradley got 4 years. Dave Caldwell got 8. People have gotten like the longest leash imaginable, that Urban Meyer was out after 1 season. And that's why. All the 36. 2 at the top. 1 at the bottom. Iowa State on a tear right now. Holy cow. Mayfield, play action, the flat on the far side of Buka, his second of the day. He'll break a tackle and get down to the 48-yard line. That's a first down, gain of 12. We're seeing down by Terrell. Now watch the Falcons go on a winning streak. They got nothing to lose. They don't have a draft pick next year. Right, he wanted to spend time with his family. Anytime anyone says in retirement to spend time with their family, they always come back within 2 years. When has anyone ever said, I'm retiring to spend more time with my family, and then actually stayed like that? They come back to work 2 years later. Minimum. They'll send 4, play action, Mayfield to the near sideline, out route, caught, the 33. They're driving here, it's McMillan. Was denied a touchdown last time with the ball at the 1, gets a 19 there. Right, Khan does not tolerate BS with that. No, it is not. No, it is not. Well, someone said fake injury for McCollum. He's walking into the tunnel, so it's not a fake injury. Why is everyone going for 1 year? He assaulted a player. He grinded on someone that wasn't his wife. He didn't know any of the players on the team. He didn't know who Aaron Donald was. Trevor Lawrence had to go into his office and tell him to place certain people because they weren't getting playing time because Urban benched him, but also didn't know that they were benched. He praised Andre Sisco for how he played in a game where he got 0 snaps. He signed a strength and conditioning coach that got fired 12 hours later. Hand off to the side, Irving on the near side. He'll get 1. Yeah, family sucks. Take me back. Stephen A says the stupidest scrap gets forgotten because he... Yeah. I mean, look. Do you see what Stephen A said earlier today? He says he hates the Pete Alonso contract. He says he hates that the Orioles got Pete Alonso because he's often injured. And you look at what happened in 2020 when he played 57 games. He only played 57 games in 2020. So it's a bad contract. Because he got injured. He only played 57 in 2020. He's a guy with an injury history. Which, just think about that for 1 to 5 seconds. 1 to the top, 3 at the bottom. Comeback route, Evans, incomplete. Broken up by Kobe Bryant. Hit down low. 3rd down. 2:54 to go. I know he did, yep. Yeah, if you think about what Stephen A said about Pete Alonso. Look, I'm with him. I don't like the contract. But to say he has an injury history because in 2020 he only played 57 games when it was a 60-game season, it's like, okay. Yeah, newsflash, Stephen A. Most people played like 57 games that year. There was kind of a pandemic that shortened the season. So we got to stop it here. The play clock winding down. Yeah, they retired them for obvious reasons. I'm not surprised. Why would Stephen A ever be a good presidential candidate? I guess he's transparent. You know exactly where he stands on stuff. He's frustrated. He's transparent. You know exactly what his views are because he's not hiding anything because he's on air 24/7. But would I ever vote for him? No. Would I ever vote for the guy that says Ohtani can't be the face of baseball because he doesn't know how to speak English? Probably not. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom, when he can speak English quite well. Yeah, exactly, Golden Steel. Exactly. You know, Urban, he did a few good things. I can't believe I'm defending him. They're going to send 4. Mayfield, second read out there, can't take a sack, being off field goal range, can't take a sack, stepping up, trying to escape the pressure, and will be brought down at the line of scrimmage at the 31-yard line. Now, the Falcons should call a timeout here. They are not going to. You would think you want more time to get the ball back. You'd allow Robinson to have some runs. Get back with 2:40 and 2 timeouts versus 2 minutes and 3 timeouts. It's not really a dumb decision. But I don't like this. I would call a timeout. I would probably vote Stephen A in that case. Reluctantly. I'd vote for the Meteor, actually. Field goal, 49 yards. It's right down the middle. I assume the Falcons want to win. That's also true. All right, Bucks in front. They'll get 3. 10-7. The other thing that Urban did, the one thing that he said was, okay, our facilities are garbage. We need to get a legit practice facility and performance center. He made that very clear. I'm like, I'm not coming here unless we get a legit performance center. Well, I'm going to make sure my guys have the best facilities in football. And to be fair, he did do that. Because then we got the performance center, it got constructed. It was finished in 23, and it is a gorgeous facility. Like, we actually have a legit place. which is good. So I'll give Urban credit for that. Urban saved the Jags in that regard. Everything else he sucked at. But at the I'll also give Urban credit for drafting Travis Etienne. And you might be saying, like, why? Why? I mean, he's a good player, but running back in the first round, you're going to credit him for drafting a running back in the first round? Yeah, because the option was Kadarius Toney. It was between him and Kadarius Toney. And he was going to take Toney if he fell. It's found by Breaker. Oh, man. Before the public gets access to the sets. Yep. Why does that not surprise me, unfortunately? Kickoff, end zone, touchback, 35-yard line. And now you can run the ball here if you're Atlanta. You have 3 timeouts. Clock's going to stop anyway on this one. You might as well give it to Robinson on the first play. What difference does it make if the clock runs? Give me a 2-minute warning. I get that, Sports Dog. I get that. Want to live long enough to see how the world ends? No, I do not. Okay, let's see if the Falcons hit like 20 times to the end of the game. Yep. Raiders and Cowboys going to get more as their head coach. I think Cowboys are just fine right now. Raiders, who the heck knows? Raiders, you do have the Michigan connection with Brady. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Tight end Pitts in motion at the bottom of the screen. They're going to throw on first. Surprised by this, but it's a screen to Robinson, so I guess it makes sense. And Robinson will get down to the 45-yard line. He did miss out on a 2-time Super Bowl winner. Yes, he did. Evans and Panic. Yeah, he took a low shot. Took a very low shot on that one. We go the 2-minute warning here. 10-7 you're scoring. If you like what you see, the like button, subscribe. Am I enjoying watching college football this weekend? Or am I going to watch it? Yes, I am. We're doing Army-Navy, and we're doing the LA Bowl. We're also doing on Friday night Montana State FCS. So tomorrow night, Montana State against Stephen F. Austin. We're going to call that game in the FCS playoff. Now, the problem with Army-Navy is that it starts at 3, not 3:30. If it was a 3:30 game, I would do triple header. I would do a triple header at 3:30. Or 12, 3:30 with an FCS playoff game. I do the Villanova game at 12 and then 3:30 Army-Navy, and then we do the LA Bowl. Problem is that it's a 3 o'clock start. The final LA Bowl, yes it is. And with a 3 o'clock start, it means there's going to be some interference. So, let me actually check. What time does Army-Navy actually start? Because, is this like going to be an actual... Hang on, let me see. CBS. Let me see what time it actually starts. So I might do triple header. We'll see. Skip ahead. What time does the game actually start? Oh, no, it actually starts at 3. Never mind. Yeah, college football today is at 2:30. Probably start like 3:10, 3:20, but still, that's cutting it close. So that makes it probably not. Yeah, kickoff 3:10, yeah. I unfortunately can't do that then. That's a bummer. Different location every year for the most part, yeah. Usually you can expect it to be in Philly. But they'll go Baltimore, they'll go MetLife a few times, they'll go DC. But usually it's either in Baltimore or Philly. Or they canceling a bowl. Well, Kevin Hart's not that tall. I think just the money. SoFi Stadium, the rent's probably so high there, it's just not worth it. We're going to see a lot of bowls in like these bigger stadiums. These contested markets probably go down the drain. As far as everyone didn't pick Ohio State, I have Tony and Faldham, yeah. Well, I got Farrell later on. Who was a pretty good backup tight end for us. Who would have been available? Who would have been an option? You're looking at... The next guy on the board would have been Pete Warner. So... Yeah, I'd rather VTM than him. All right, here we go. 2nd and inches. They don't give him the first. Got Robinson in the backfield. They're going to hand off on 2nd, and now we'll get the first. I'm not crazy about that call. I know it gets the first, but I would say in that spot, with the running clock, I would throw on 2nd. Then you can run on 3rd if you don't get it. Usually 2nd inches, you're taking a shot. And if you don't get it, that's fine. But now you get 3 yards, but now the clock is moving. Ideal bowl game opponent-wise? Opponent-wise? Depends on the team. They're going to send 4. Cousins taking a deep shot on wheel. Open. Pitts 30. 25-20. And Pitts goes down to 17. Now the Bucs have 2 timeouts. Time is not an issue in any manner whatsoever for the Falcons. I would call it timeout from Tampa. Time is not an issue whatsoever. You want a chance to get the ball back if you're Tampa. I would call a timeout here if I'm Bulls. They got 2 of them left. Obviously, the Falcons will be able to get 6 plays off in a minute 17 with 3 timeouts at their disposal. They're not going to do it. They are not going to do it. Oh, I do not agree with this. Pitts now, in motion. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Cousins, they're going to send 4. Cousins looks. End zone, Pitts, open, caught, touchdown. He had 1 touchdown all season before this. He's got 2 tonight. And now the Bucs only have 38 seconds left instead of a minute 17. Todd Bowles, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's technically not a finite end to the drive, but it's pretty close. It's close enough where you do it. I mean, that is atrocious on the part of Bowles, but also a phenomenal grab by Pitts, who was balling today. Yep, 9-8 mystery. Yep. Good job, Bulls. Extra point is good. 14-10. Love my dumb decisions. Well, I had a feeling we were going to get one during this game. I think it was fair to say with Bulls and Morris, I had a feeling we were going to get one during this game. And we definitely do. We definitely do. LSU SEC opener against Ole Miss. Oh, I love that. Yeah, they want to cover Pitts. Might be ideal there. I legit have no clue why I didn't call timeout. Is anyone else talking about it on Twitter, or is it just me? No, just me. Lucas is Falcon fan, yep. And what's your fantasy? Talk about the Georgia Dome. Yeah, clock manager, what a shock. Yeah, what, Pitts went to the Steelers? Like, they need another tight end. They got, 7 already. Yeah, Falcons the ball starts second half. They do. And the Bucs will have very little time to go down the field. And to be fair, McLaughlin's got a leg. He hit from 65 earlier this season. Todd Bowles keeps me employed as a full-time YouTuber. Yes, he does at this rate. Cobbett Struther is so happy that my fantasy playoff game is off to a good start. Yeah, this is the coming out party for Kyle Pitts. Todd Bowles strikes the Patches. Yeah, Todd Bowles... There's no reason not to call timeout in that spot. There really is no reason. I know it's technically not a finite ending, because you have 6 plays, but they're throwing more often than not. They're going to be throwing the ball. Clock's going to stop on incompletions. And obviously, 118, they don't need that much time. The burden shifts to you to steal a possession. And you really just got to get to the 50 to have a shot, but John Taylor and JSN get 2 touchdowns each. JT, I'd be very surprised, because they're going to just stack that box. JSN, yeah, I think JSN can definitely do it. Score holds and Panthers beat Saints in Cats division. Well, I have to remember, too, the Panthers and Bucks play each other twice in 3 weeks. But right now, yeah, Carolina, I think so. I think they'll split that series. So, yeah, I would say it would be the Cats division at that point. If the Cats have a game lead, yeah. If they split, yeah. That comes down to 1 game. And the Bucks have division loss to the Falcons and the Saints. So, Panthers are on a tiebreaker. Why is Roman Mills have a job? That's a great question I don't know the answer to. Kickoff is muffed, then fielded at the 10-yard line, taken down the near sideline to the 20, and 25 and out of bounds at the 27-yard line. That's where Tampa's going to start this drive. You have 2 timeouts, do them some pits. There you go. Yes, Gamana. Definitely. Definitely on that one. Because at that point, man, he was pushing 100. I mean, he'd been pressing for 50 years at that point. No, I think Carter. Yeah, Bucks and Panthers split. I'm with you on that one. 33 seconds. 2 at the top, 1 the bomb. Back to his left. Mayfield's going to take it. They'll send 4. Mayfield, pump fake. Pressured. Spins out of control. Fires around the field. It's tipped, and that is incomplete. Hits the ground. Diablo tried to get it on the deflection. Can't do it. 2nd and 10. Carolina fans happy about this result. Yes, they are. 2nd and 10. Find a picture of Homer in the hot dog merchant when he says Marge Latest been putting me through college to do it with Todd Bowles. Yes, they should. First couple weeks when everyone was ready to crown Breaker as MVP, now he's at risk of missing playoffs to an undersized kid. Oh, yeah, I remember. He's playing with an injury. He's definitely not playing well. I have to say, I might be cold, but I don't think Burrow gets traded. You know, I don't think so either. I think he's going to retire or he's going to stay. That pass sails it high. Evans, the intended target on the out route. Cousins with a pass rating of 144.5. How? 2 touchdown passes and Pitts is balling out. A lot of deep passes, too. All right, week 16 is more crucial this one than week 18. There is a flag on the play, though. There is a flag here. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. So move it up 15 yards. I have the 42-yard line. Now, you only have 21 seconds. You would like to have 61 seconds, which you would have got if you called the timeout earlier, but yeah, that's an easy call. Alford grabbing the face mask of Godwin. You have about 3 plays to get closer to get into field goal range for McLaughlin, which, again, he hit from 65 earlier this year. Come on, let's hear appreciation, man. Get you on the call. You wanted week 4, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to send 4. Mayfield. Fires to the sideline. Open! Coverage bust. Call the 25. It's Mike Evans. He's thrown out of bounds by Watts. Can't get the crown. Let's go. First down in plus territory. Coverage bust there. Mike Evans. No one on him. I don't know what happened there. And leave Mike Evans wide open like that. Let's see this again. It's one-on-one. It's just one-on-one. Oh, defender slipped. Just a stop and go. Defender slipped. Fincy Bucks too. I think so too at this rate. I don't think so. 13 seconds left. Appreciate you, Gamana, as always. Both the 26-yard line here. Baker's trying to step up. He'll get sacked at the 35-yard line. Thrown down with 7 seconds. And now you figure you'll kick the field goal or you call a play. You do have a timeout, but you figure 6 is pushing it. You can do it. The decision is relevant? No, it's not. Because now they can't get closer. It's not irrelevant at all. You could have 6 on the drive. Or a much more makeable field goal. This would be 55 yards if they do it now. McLaughlin's still on the sideline. Probably call another play. I'll call another play. They actually put a second back on, so now you can. Yeah, 6 would be pushed in a little bit. 7, you can do it. 7, I feel comfortable calling another play. This is just going to be a quick pass. You don't want to take any chances. Just a quick pass call, Hail Mary. Please do. Just a quick pass. You would think a slant to Evans. Something along those lines. Just something quick where you can get down quickly and call the timeout with 2. The Falcons will take their first timeout. They'll have 2 left. Be a 55-yard field goal from here. McLaughlin, one of the better kickers in the NFL as of late. – 11 straight makes for McLaughlin. Actually, 12, including this game. More time gives a better chance to touch him. Yes, it does. No, Eagles-Bills will be the 425 game. There's no chance it's going to be Finn's Bucks. It's the national 425. There is no chance on that. All right, here we go. 2 at the top. With Evans in motion. He's now inside. Again, I figure it could be a slant pass through the inside. They're only going to send 1. Mayfield, got to get rid of this and just... What the hell was that? What the hell? He could just throw away like a normal person. Instead, he just chucks it into the dirt. Like he's never thrown a football before. They rush 1. He pump fakes like 5 times. He's pump faked a lot today. Baker he's looked very hesitant. And instead of just throwing it away, he just decides, I'm going to risk the possibility this could be a forward pass. This could be a backwards pass. I'm just going to risk that possibility here. 52-yard try. Okay, here we go. Last play of the half. Falcons will not ice him. McLaughlin on for the field goal. It's straight enough. It's long enough. It's good. So they do get points on the drive. 14-13 your score. They do end up scoring with the time they have. It's not a pretty half by any means. Falcons get the ball to start the second half when we get back. In Tampa. What feels like a must-win. Quite quick. That was... Oh, my God. What a half. What a half of football. Lions-Cowboys last week was fun. You had both teams coming off a week of rest. And now you got teams coming off 3 days of rest, and you see it's not pretty. Except for Kyle Pitts, who's got 110 yards receiving in that first half. He's having a monster game. All right, I will put a poll up. Falcons got to start the second half when we get back. And we got karaoke tonight, so there will be no overtime in terms of the stream. Just keep that in mind. But then we're not going to be doing karaoke until, I think, January 8th. So it'll be a little bit. What a shoddy half, yep. That one scores touchdowns for the second half. I'm going for 2. Me too. Me too. Man, that was a long one, too. That was 1 hour and 34 minutes. Yeah, Bills didn't keep McLaughlin. Yep, did not work for them. Yeah, last karaoke of the year, yep. Pittsburgh, Florida, and Hernandez, yes. Pitts was generational. I mean, we throw that term around very lightly. But he was a generational tight end. Like, maybe the best tight end prospect of the 21st century. Check it out. Appreciate you. We will see. We will see. Should be able to get some songs in tonight. It was packed last time. Last time was fun, because last time I got the bar going, Seven Nation Army and everything. I mean, that was good. It was Prince of Fantasy's happy. Yep. You're not kidding on that one. Bills, Browns, get Eagle Wild. I mean, there's not a lot of great games that CBS has week 16. But it does look generational in the NFL. I mean, look, just because you're a generational prospect doesn't mean you become a generational player in the NFL. Look, Trevor Lawrence was generational, and obviously he's... Gronk wasn't... No! God, no. Gronk? How is Gronk a generational prospect? How is he generational? It was a 42nd pick. He wasn't even the first 10 off the board. No, Gronk wasn't generational. I mean, we're talking about prospect, not player. We're talking about as a prospect. It's hard to say a second-round pick is a generational prospect. Unless you're like a kicker. Arizona is in the Holiday Bowl. No, he wasn't even first 10 off the board. Kelsey, no, he was not. Kelsey was I think it was third round. But obviously, Gronk is maybe... I think Gronk in his prime is the best tight end in the NFL history. You asked me in their prime, who am I taking? As a tight end, I'm taking Gronk over everyone. Right, Gronk falls injury, yeah. Yeah, I think Brock Bowers could become the best tight end of all time. I think he's got a shot. Obviously, a long ways to go, but I think Bowers has a chance to become the best of all time. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe to this episode, tell the channel, try to grow this community even more. Yeah, we'll be live tomorrow for an OT stream at around 6 o'clock Eastern time, and then at 9 o'clock we'll do Montana State against Stephen F. Austin for the FCS quarterfinal. It'll be one of 2 FCS playoff games we do. That and the championship. Taking Sharp over Gronk, I am not. Can Bowers block? Yeah, he can block. He can block. But as a receiver, I mean, you see what he can do as a receiver. But yeah, he can block. Bowers is just... He's on another level. Someone created Whack Quick for CBS. I would assume so, too. As a Gator fan, we're conflicted about Urban in 21 since he won the 9 with y'all. No, I didn't really care. I mean, he did what he needed to do in Florida. Was I conflicted about, like, I hate the guy now. Is what if that's what you mean. I thought I meant with Ohio State when he went at it there. In terms of, I hate him now. There's no conflict anymore. I hate the guy. I hate Urban. Hate everything about him. For a full season career, I'm taking Tony. For a game, I'm taking Gronk. I get that. In terms of health issues, I completely get that. Okay, wait, hang on. For a game, if the opponent's the Eagles, I'm taking... Yeah, for a playoff game, it'd be Kelsey. If I can choose the opponent, I'm going to take winning against the Eagles. Right, if they had both. Yes, I misunderstood the question. Yeah. No, I do not like Urban Meyer. I wanted to get him. I thought, you know what? We got nothing to lose. Turns out we had a lot to lose. But I had no problem getting Urban in 21. I thought, we'll see how this goes. It's either going to be a train wreck or it's going to be great. But let's see. We've whiffed on a lot. Let's just swing for the fence to see what happens. If I can pick the opponent, it's going to be Jason Wynn against the Eagles. I mean, that was insane. Every time I played, he was just open for 100 yards every game. On third down. Oh, man. If you like what we see, folks, if you like, subscribe, helps the channel a ton. Try to grow this community even more. They are good at comedy. About 7 minutes to go before we start the second half. 1 point game in the throwback edition of this. And tomorrow we got 2 games on the docket. Saturday, 2 games on the docket. Both college football. It feels weird. Honestly, it's going to feel very weird on Saturday. I'm going to feel very weird not waking up early and be like, wait, what? Yeah, dude, Kelsey was open every third down. Yep. Oh, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Felt very weird this Saturday. Yeah, Urban as head coach, you loved him. Yeah, I get why. Because, like, when every Saturday, I've been getting up for the last, 4 months. Began up at, early in the morning to get the stream ready and everything. And do triple header, work 15-hour a day, and now it's, okay, wait, I only do 2 games? Okay. It's like a half day at school. That's pretty much what it's going to feel like. Ben Johnson, for Campbell success? I think it helped. But he sounded like he got carried by him. I'm worried that Sirianni got carried by Kellen Moore to some extent. What games are you making the call? Arizona, SMU, and Wake Forest, Mississippi State. Those are the options. There is no universe Burkhardt Brady go to Dolphins Bucks. I will bet you on that one. I doubt that it's not a market game. With Eagles Bills. I will bet you on that one, Simmer, if you want. I'll do a bet. I'll do a friendly bet. I will 100% bet you on that one, Simmer, if you want. That Burkhardt Brady will be Bills Eagles. I'll bet you if you want. Start doing EPL if I want to wake up early. Yep. They just kiss Whitworth? I don't know. Kiss the head? Kiss his bald head? You're going to get some sleep. Or watch your team dominates, then pull wins out of their butt. The Chiefs are frustrated. Yep, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you. College Wrestling Game going to be back this week? Not this week. Not this week. Because they're doing game day for Celebration Bowl. Then next week they're going to be at 2 playoff games. Bucks Davis Wilson, I could see that. I'm good, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I think Davis Wilson could be Bucks Dolphins. That wouldn't shock me. But Burkhardt Brady is going to be easily Eagles Cowboys or not Eagles Bills, and it will be not even close. No, it doesn't have a chance to mean a lot. You're right on that one. Division, obviously, Dolphins playoff spot potentially. Problem is that nothing needs to happen. The problem is that you probably needed the Chargers to lose and the Texans to lose, and that didn't happen. It's going to be too little too late. And now the Dolphins are in a weird spot. Because McDaniel's on the hot seat, but can you fire him? I don't know if you're going to fire him. But you fired Greer. So a new GM would have to want to work with McDaniel. Will they want to do that? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. College football game days on this week? Yes. Yes, it is. I think they're in Atlanta from what I remember. You know, the Kitty Kerr Warriors, yeah, they dominated. It's like the Thunder this year. It's like the Thunder, you just know. They're not like pulling wins out of their butt. Like, I can live with that versus like the team that just draws the foul with a minute left. The Thunder just dominate games. Yeah, Chiefs will play the frugal guy with them until this year, yep. Which I'm really happy about. Except for last week, I wanted them to beat the Texans, but should help the Jags make the playoffs at least. We're going to get 1,000 orange juice? I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that's a thing. Total number of Chiefs playoff elimination is 43. Ooh. More likely getting Casey or Finns? Honestly, Miami. I never thought I'd say that. Miami would own some tiebreakers. Miami's schedule is easier. I think they have a much better chance of getting it. You look at Miami. Pittsburgh, you never know with them. Cincinnati's not good. Tampa's not good right now. And New England might not be playing anything. I mean, I could see the Dolphins run the table. Honestly, would not shock me. Patriots, Dolphins in New England. Pats might have the one locked up. They might not play for anything. They might rest their starters. Pittsburgh, they could win that. Cincy, they can win that. Tampa, they can win that. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid on this. I'm not saying they make the playoffs. I think Miami can run the table. I really do. If the Pats aren't playing for anything, I think they can run the table. Okay, 2010 win, the Texans scored 2 touchdowns. One from Marks and one from... I think it was Agumbawale who got it. That's what I'm talking about. It might not be enough to make the playoffs. I did say a 10-win team is not making it. I'm getting Vilma next week? I think so. I'm preparing for it. You gotta love the NFL just deciding, hey, they got an 11-win team and a 9-win team. Broncos probably gonna win this week. Jags are favored to win this week by about 14.5 points. 22 combined wins. You get stuck with Albert and Vilma. 22 combined wins. And Albert Vilma is your thing. Yeah, Bucky disappear. White is playing more than him. Yes, he is. As of late, yeah. Right, let me put subs only mode back on. Right, they run the table, we see him as a job, but then the problem is that GM. What do you do a GM? You fired Greer because he constructed a crap roster. And then they win, they run the table, and like, oh, actually, your roster wasn't that bad. You want to come back on board? Let's go. Like, how do you handle that? You fire the guy because his roster building was terrible. Then they run the table, make the playoffs, and if they win a playoff game, it's like, wait, maybe it wasn't so bad. What happened? I honestly don't know what happens at that point. What do you do? Do you bring him back? Like, that's a weird situation. Like, what do you do? Yeah, Shingon Davis Olsen. Promise they got 2 Fox games on the Saturday window, so they're not going to get them. All right, 70% behind the Bucks to win. This one we'll see. Obviously, Falcons get to start in the blacks. Bucks in the creamsicles. Bucks looking to avoid dropping 5 out of 6. How's it going, Taco? Appreciate you tuning in. Kickoff. End zone. Touchback. Ball to 35. Well, like 22 combined wins, and Albert stuck with Vilma. Yeah. That's more like it. Yeah, I have no problem with Albert. Kenny Albert's good. I make that very clear. Albert I have no problem with. Albert and Johnston should be the pairing. I'm fine with Albert and Schler. I know Schler's very critical, and he can be very, very, very pedantic at times, but I think with good football, he would enjoy it. Broncos Jags, probably not. I wouldn't want him on Broncos Jags. I think he'd be very biased against us. How the Dolphins turn around? Easier schedule. Also, offense start to click a little bit more, and Achan's playing out of his mind. First down. Cousins. Pump fake. Now going to check it down to Robinson on the far side to the 40. Robinson to the 45-50. And he's thrown down after a gain of 15 yards. Taken down by Izian. Dolphins reached divisional for the first time since 9/11. Give McDaniel a lifetime contract. Yep. I don't know. Transfer from Michigan. Fact. I think it's going to go to Oregon. If Moore declares, I think it's going to Oregon. That was in his top 7 schools. Lanning is still there. Everyone else in his top 7, the coaches either left or it's Colorado or FSU, which were 2 schools below 500 this year with Mess as head coach. Oregon's got the NIL money too. Well, Albert's very good with Rangers. I've heard him call a lot of games on MSG back in the day. Receiver in motion here is Drummond. Hand over the middle to Robinson. He'll break a tackle and he'll be thrown down the 46-yard line, making himself skinny up the middle. Then Christian on the stop again. Myers Village should team up. Honestly, yes. If they're not going to fire him, just have 1 bad pairing instead of 2 bad pairings. That's what it should be. 2nd and 6. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. So Iowa State's going to hold on and beat Iowa. Handoff on the stretch play. Robinson trying to bounce outside, thrown down behind the line. First time he got in the backfield today, Yaya Diaby. Loss of 3 on the outside stretch. 3rd and 9. No, Kugler and Moose are too good for the 5. It's funny how their 5 is probably better than CBS's 5 of Spiro and Adam. And yet everything else is worse. 1 through 4, they're worse, but 5 is. It's like, how? Michigan back out of the Cheez-It Bowl, they would lose a lot of money. They can, but they would lose a lot of money to do it. Yeah, I mean, Greer might have been that cancerous. He might have been that too. Cousins. Play is blown dead before. Might have got some movement. Cousins trying to argue away. He got hit after the whistle was blown, but they're not going to get that call. They will get Kyle Pitts on that one. There was some movement. So a good game today. Over 100 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, but back it up 5 with a false start. Make it 3rd and 14. Yeah, Iowa State survives. It's not the prettiest. I thought we were going to run away with them in the second half after how they open up the half. But credit to Iowa. They're a good team. In Adstrom commentating another Steelers game with A-Rod playing in it, that's going to be bad. 11 penalties. Crazy. We just started the second half. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. Now back to his right. 3 on the play clock. Mooney in motion. They just get off with 1. They're going to send 4. Cousins has time. Checks it down to Pitts. Pitts will not get the first. He's thrown down the 47. I thought he was going to lateral it for a brief moment there to a wide open Robinson. We'll get 7 on the play. Pitts lost the ball, but Graham caused the fumble. No debate there by the Tampa defense. 8-4. Wow, high-scoring game. A young Phil Collins on a dubious kitchen table. Oh, man. Was he bald as a youngster? Like, how young are we talking? Because I know he was bald for a while, but like, how young are we talking? 25 Falcons penalty. 25 Falcons have a single season record for most penalties. Disappointing team in the NHL? It's Pinion. I'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Another flag on the play. Somebody heard that one before. Disappointing team, I'd probably go Panthers. They have a great game here. By that I mean a lot of penalties. A lot of penalties. Holding on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty at the end of the run back, which was no run back because it was a touchback. You know, he's bowling in the 70s. So ball will be the 10-yard line when we get back here. Down in Tampa. Leafs lost 3-2 and they were 125 for winning. Oof. Yeah, I go Panthers, the most disappointing team. Tampa 2, the Buccaneers coverage. I originated there, yeah. It originated. Monty Kiffin. He originated the Tampa 2. Got Lightning versus Devils and Blues for Jets. You got the over for that. Well, you definitely get the over on the Lightning Devils game. First down the 10-yard line. I see Winnipeg as well. Winnipeg does not look good as of late. They're slumping hard. You're right. There you go. The Wampa 2 is Miami. Kirk Cousins 293. Yep. Has student night with Kyle Pitts. McCollum is downgraded to out, so Zion McCollum will not play the rest of the game. He was early mid-20s, beginner of season mid-20s, didn't really begin ball until about 30. Is that he was ball by the 80s? What games do I have on? Well, just this one so far. But now I'm going to turn on Panthers abs. I was waiting for the Iowa State game to end. Right when he's not net mining, I mean, it's very different. Comrie has not been good. He's been struggling in net. They got Panthers on right now. Ball the 10-yard line here for Tampa when we get back down by 1. Again, no OT tonight. So I'll be heading to the bar as soon as this is done. Just keep that in mind. But we'll do OT tomorrow. What is it with the color balance here? There we go. At 6 o'clock Eastern time, we'll do OT tomorrow. And then 9 o'clock, we are calling the Stephen F. Austin game against Montana State in the FCS quarterfinals. Should be a fun one. All right, ball the 10-yard line here for the Bucs. Got a field goal last drive. Right, no OT tonight. Nope. 14-13 score. I mean, not even close. No. Not even close. Yeah, I noticed everything's got a slight red tint. I got to figure that out. Handoff here. Irving. He'll be thrown down the 10-yard line. I don't know why. You're taking summer on that one. Second down. So Irving gets nothing. Let me try this. Reusable water. I just got it from Vague Circle. Vague gave me, she ordered me a water bottle, which was awesome. I've been loving it. Twitch streaming stuff by Ram Public Rooster Crush into the bull pick'ems. Oh, I love that. Let me try this. So yeah, I do not like the red tint. Hang on, give me a second here. Let's try this again. Hopefully that helped. Yeah, that helped. Okay, there we go. Yep, just a little white balance. That's all. There we go. To the top, 3 to the bottom. Mayfield. They're going to send 5. Hitch route over the middle of the field. That's caught. And that's Godwin. A quiet night so far, but gets that one. And now it's a little bit better. 3rd and 3 of the 17. Well, the Bucs logo look like in modern colors. I wouldn't like it. Part of the orange makes it. But I would say the turtles now. Well, I was always saving the turtles. I was just reusing the same bottle. Hand off to the outside. It's Irving, and he will get the first down on the sweep to the near side of the 22. Emmanuel bounds. Yep, gotta do it. No, so Jacob, it's funny, I was using the same water bottle. That was the same plastic bottle I was using the entire time. You know, Carol's like from the Rose, we know where Kiffin's going. Yep. Yep, I know the tips and tricks. I learned those in college. You didn't experience the late 2000s TV if TV show you watched from the period wasn't red or yellow tinted. You were not kidding there. Ball the 22 here. Yeah, I would like never I would use that ball for like a month. Mayfield. They're gonna send 4 middle of the field, and that is caught by Ibuka on the corner route, the 44-yard line. Tight window there. D. Alford on the coverage was pretty tight coverage, but gets 22 in a first. Pete Carroll's last coaching job? Yes, 100%. I'm gonna be in Atlanta. I've heard the rumors. I would hate that. I would absolutely hate that. Emo being tugged. He was being tugged from behind. That should have been PI. Evans got a big hit in the second. In the NFL, that's fine. The NFL would be a flagrant foul. Yep. In the NBA, it would be. I'm being over the back. Easy. Easy call. So near midfield now. Ball at the 44. Mayfield trying to find a bit of a rhythm here. He's got 173 yards today. One of the top, 2 of the bottom. Play action here. Mayfield, they'll send 4. Has time. Fires down the near sideline. One-on-one. Evans. Welcome back. Welcome back, Mike Evans. Jump ball, as he's done so many times throughout his career. Just one-on-one. Throw it up there. He's down there somewhere. Gain of 44. Mike Evans. I think he's back. You got mossed. That is the most moss play to ever moss. Kobe Bryant, I mean, what can you do on that one? What can you possibly do? And for Kobe Bryant, what can you do? One-on-one coverage. He timed it perfectly. Just Evans mossed him. Out route to the near side. Ibuka can't hold on. Incomplete. Evans with fouls again? Not this year. Mike Evans is... My God. There was a penalty on the defense, though. They're going to get Bryant. Well, the Jason back opening day game? I don't know. We need that send back just for this. Yes, we do. For beef with Shaq is all I can do there. Yeah, it's a face mask on McMillan. Yep. Face mask on McMillan. Kobe Bryant. He grabbed the face mask on the far side. Another penalty on the Falcons. That was an easy call, too. First and goal at the 6. What a drive here for the Bucs. Back to his left. Mayfield to the top, on the bottom. Looking, second read. Trying to step up. He'll get sacked to the 13-yard line. Falcons have gotten pressure today, and it's Brandon Dorius, the second-year man. Comes up on the sack. Second and goal at the 13. If it's healthy next year, would he be shocked if we got salves again? No. Not at all. Would not be shocked at all. Watch Evans get 1,000 yards again somehow? Yeah. To the top, to the bottom, back to his right. 7.5 to go. Mayfield, they'll send 4. Steps up, fires wheel route behind his man. Irving, the intended target on the far side. Kaden Ellis on the coverage. Wheeler was a bit behind. How's it going, JP? Appreciate tuning in. Yes, sick catch by Evans. Yep. Got mossed. You got mossed, young man. He gets some field goal range now. Can they get 3 or can they get 7 out of it? One of the top 3 at the bottom. They're going to send 4. Mayfield, the pass got tipped. Going back of the end zone. Way too high for Ibuka. Terrell in the coverage. Way too high. And they will have to kick. But there is a flag on the play. Hang on a second. A young quarterback? Baker's age? No. He's not that old. Baker's like 30. Now, I think they need to draft a backup. A little contact on the defense. Another flag. And it's number 13. BOT stream earlier, missed this one. Let's see a thing called sleeper ban that I've been there before. All good, JP. Alford, illegal contact. Let's see the sky angle. Yeah, no, he bear hugged. Yep, that's the right call. He bear hugged. That's the right call. Yep, he bear hugged. Can't bear hug like that. Sloppy team. Cousins back at AR80 next year? I think so too. Ball the 8-yard line. 1 at the top. 2 at the bottom. Motion to the top of screen goes Godwin. They're going to toss it out to Tucker on the near side. He'll try and cut back in, but he'll only get a yard, but there's another flag on the play. And this one, I think it's going to be a hold. I think Diablo got tackled to the ground. What happened with Watt? Yeah, no, it just sucks. Hopefully it's okay. Lung issue is no joke. Lung issue is no joke. So it's going to be face mask or get tugged to the ground? Oh, no, face mask. Yeah, it's going to be Diablo. It'll be Diablo for a face mask. Atlanta was pointing like it was on Tampa, but it's very clearly not. That's a face mask on Diablo. Bucs are still preparing for the future. I do think they do need to draft a quarterback. They definitely need to draft at some point or get a good backup. They got Diablo on the face mask. 2 fouls in the play. Personal foul. Face mask. On the defense. That penalty is declined, which means there's another penalty on Atlanta. That will be accepted. Titanium with a tenner. If I know the fans of the team who was winning, can we get the total over $20? Been 2 hours. Why is it so low? I appreciate you, man. Yeah, we could definitely get the total over $20. We can definitely do it. Appreciate you, man. Get you on the bottom game. I'll get you on. I think part of it too, we did an OT stream earlier today, but yeah, no, we get over 20. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you as always, Titania. Yeah, this is infuriating. I don't blame you. Yeah, fire Morris right now. 14 flags already. First and goal at the 4-yard line. Let's get to it. Very nice. 69. Hand up in the middle. Now bounce outside is Tucker, and he'll be thrown down at the 7-yard line. No flags there. Always got to check with this team. Kobe Bryant on the initial hit. I believe it was Onyemata who eventually got him down. Week 17 Saturday game choices. I'm surprised that they're sticking with Rams-Falcons as the Monday Night Football game. I'm surprised by that. The Atlanta Tweety Birds. I guess it could be back to the Falcons. I can see that. Again, we don't know what Blank's going to do. He's going to reevaluate everything at the end of the season. But, I mean, I think this should be enough of an evaluation, this game right here. To the top, to the bottom, back to his right. It's Tucker. They're going to send 4. Mayfield, quick slant pass, end zone, caught, touchdown. It is Devin Culp, the tight end, second-year man, DC with the TD. We'll see if they go for 2. Is that the right call? Yes, it was the right call. Anyone else to do? Take a shot? I mean, we're all thinking the same thing. Devin Culp. You had him scoring a touchdown. I want the lotto ball numbers right now. Culp, his first catch of the season with the Bucs. Had 5 catches last season. His 6th career catch. First career touchdown. They will kick the extra point. It's good. 20-14. I start Evans on fantasy? Yep. I got Evans on a dynasty league after the trade. Coming to his Culp? Not so much. Deion Sanders, future coach in the NFL? No. Yeah, if 2 prime time games ever be mathematically eliminated. Not fun. Not fun. Won the Bucs win, and I'm frustrated with the Falcons, which is funny, yeah. I'm doing Hey at Tampa Bay. I can't change the fight song. So the fight song I can't change. It's got to stay the same. Oh, no, you're good, Nicholas. You're good. Tampa's going to ball the South. We'll see. Yeah, 3 first goals from to get a touchdown. Yep. Bucks lose to this team. I'm done just throwing the trash. Give us South to the Panthers. Come back with Dart. That'd be fun. That'd be pretty fun. Yeah, Devin Culp gets the Bucks ahead. Don't like the team lose by 1. Although there's enough time where you can get 2 field goals. 4th quarter, yes. 3rd quarter, I get it with 21 minutes. I get it. There's also now, if you get a field goal, it's a 2-score game. You get a stop and then you get a field goal, it's a 2-score game. So I get it. Yeah, Tampa's retaking the division lead. Yep, as we speak. If you would Culp scored a touchdown this game, I want the lotto ball numbers. If the Ravens are supposed to Harbaugh getting fired, it might be time to part ways, but I don't think they're going to fire him. They might give him 1 more year. Personally, I think it's time for Harbaugh to go. I think his time has run out. If Panthers to be looking at their chops, oh, they have to be. 100%. I've seen that account. Yes, I love that account. That's so funny. It's only good fun. I love that account that's trolling them. Most excited for? I'm going to go A&M Miami. Because Bama Oregon we've seen before, and also the winner of that game, I think it's curb stomp by Indiana at this rate. And the 2 group of 5 games, I don't expect much. Right, I think Orr could go. Perfect fit to replace Harbaugh? They might go Munkin. I think it's going to be a perfect fit, but they might just stay in-house. All throwing music and commercials, yet no 2 legit to quit yet. Crazy. Hammer needs the money, obviously. Kickoff, another touchback. They're just booting into the end zone, all these plays. They're not even taking any chance on the kickoff coverage. Yeah, Dunny's at this game. Yes, he is. All the 35-yard line here for the Falcons. Worry about is that Gannon may survive Pets against Gannon. I mean, Gannon should not survive. If Gannon survives, people should boycott the Cardinals. Like, that team has no business keeping Gannon around. Every AFC North coach should be fired. I wouldn't be upset with either of them if they leave. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to say without them. Stefanski needs to go. I think Harbaugh and Tomlin, their time is up. I think they've kind of plateaued. And Taylor needs to go. Right, it's hard not to have Carolina in mind. No, it is not. That's why I'm worried about the Jets game to some extent for the Jaguars. You just came off a big win against the Colts. Have the Broncos next week. It's very easy to overlook the Jets with Brady Cook. Cousins, middle of the field, play action. Almost picked off. Was go middle of the field off balance, looking for Sills, and it was almost intercepted by Jamel Dean. The 6-card stretch your boy Coffee Stays. Yep. Almost picked off. Like that is what I'm worried about in terms of like Carolina on mine. Yep. I'm worried about that with the Jaguars to some extent. Brady Cook, I mean, who knows what he is. You just came off your run high. You won 4 straight games. You just beat the Colts. Basically ended their season division game. First place now. Sole possession. You got the Broncos next week. And now you get the Jets. I could see that potentially. Oh, in 2 years with a road team won. 97-04. Bolt time Jags against the Raiders. Yes, it was. Robinson gets it behind the line. Breaks the tackle to the 40-45. Jukes upfield. First down the 50. Cuts up the middle to the 45-yard line. Bijan Robinson. What a catch and run for him. Gain of 20. Yeah, Mets get stale. Yep. I'm excited for those two, Nicholas. Yep. Do I stream Jaguars games? I do not. I would lose my mind if I stream Jaguars games. I do all the primetime games. Who's Devin Culp? A tight end with 0 catches entering the day. Literally 0 catches. Nice juke there. Gets by Jacob Parrish, the 3rd-round pick. It's back up quarterback. That's also true. Right, Glenn Fitz have a habit of winning games, have no business winning. That is not wrong. You're not wrong there. Yeah, but I don't stream Jaguars games. I do pretty much everything else except Jaguars games. I know they're my favorite team. I know. I don't stream them. The reason why I don't stream them is because it would make for a bad stream. So there's a few reasons why, actually. Cousins, deep shot down the far sideline. Coverage bust. Dropped by Sills. He was open. There was a coverage bust. Defender slipped. And Sills was wide open on a fly route. He just dropped the ball. Would have been an easy first down, maybe a touchdown. In his hands. Can't throw it too much better than that. And David Sills, the West Virginia man. Oof. As that's the player's first catch with touchdown, Percy Howard. Percy Howard in Super Bowl 10. His only catch was a touchdown. Super Bowl 10. Only catch ever. Yeah, he'd be all for it, Dan. With the whole 3-2 league, yeah. They're going to send 4 out route. That one hit the ground. Mooney, I don't think he caught that ball. They're going to say he did? Okay. There's no way. These guys are thirsty? Yep. There is no... Did he really catch that ball? Oh, for sure they hit the ground. Game is fixed at prime time? 0. It would have been Jaguars-Broncos if not, but now you play the... Final 2 weeks of the season are going to be against the Colts and the Titans. They're not going to get flexed. Like I'm a Kirk Truther? Maybe. I want to see the replay of that. I thought they hit the ground. How's it going, Big? Appreciate tuning in. Well, they're not challenging. I want to see that replay again. No challenge. Play action. Cousins fires on the middle of the field. That's caught for a gain of 1. It's Pitts. Now I'm going to say hit the ground. Mets tank. I mean, I don't know about tank, but obviously the offense is going to take a step back. Pitching has not improved at all. Right, Vrabel won't call touchdowns. Yeah, I think like trick plays like defenders, it's a little bit different. But the reason I do Jaguars games, other games are on. It'd just be a boring stream because I would just not talk or interact with the chat. And I don't really want to focus on the chat and a lot of stuff during a Jaguars game besides the game itself. I'd just be losing my mind. Flex that Falcons for prime time? Yep, they should not be playing the Rams on Monday night in Week 17. They're going to send 4. Cousins, hit as he throws, incomplete. Looking for Algier on the screen. Yeah, Chris Carter. Oh, yeah, he was a touchdown machine. Can get you relegated? Yeah, they don't have relegation. How do I regulate? I mean, Algier was in the area. I don't think this should be grounding. 80 bound Michigan? Yeah, he covered it up. 100%. Well, I'll never get a day off in 25. No, I will not. I don't think it's grounding. Algier was in the area. They're going to throw... Oh, I don't agree with that call. That might take him out of field goal range, too. Again, he was in the pocket. That's not the issue. Again, white balance. That's not the issue. I think Algier was in the area. No, I don't agree with that. I saw that, Dexy. Yep. That's what I said. Well, they call it for grounding. I don't agree with that call. Algier was in the area. His vision was hampered. I don't agree with that call. That's going to be a crazy game, Dexy. I'll be a crazy one. 3rd and 20. Now you're out of field goal range. I'm not crazy about that call. Only 63 games left in the regular season. Crazy. Crazy. We're almost there. Right, or face mask. Yeah, I mean, he did make contact with a face mask there. Now, how do you call this here? You're not in field goal range right now. They're going to go slam pass. Incomplete. Too low on the throw. More than was personal issue? Yeah, but they've known about since August. The AD covered it up since August, apparently. 4th and 20. Mariners drafting Reese. I could see that. So you thought you were going to get 7 on the drive after Sills was wide open. He drops the ball, and now you're going to get nothing. Right, let go steer the bear. Yep. You know, I thought it was going back to 27 either. Pinning it on to punt. 4.5 to go in the 3rd. Fair catch call for him. Muffed! But then recovered by Tampa at the 10-yard line. So muffed by Johnson. He's had a rough one back there. He did have to dive for a punt earlier in the 1st. 32-yard punt. No return. And Tampa, by the skin of their teeth, survives to get the 10-yard line. No, Dixon's the Bucs punter. Dixon's for the Bucs. Another missed opportunity. You're not kidding on that one. 2014, your score. If you like what we see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe, helps the channel, and tell us to try to grow this community even more. Tampa chance to make a 2-scram with a field goal. That's why they kicked the extra point instead of going for the field goal. Or the 2-point conversion, I should say, on the last touchdown. I should also know we have news on the Falcons that will intrigue some people. Apparently, according to multiple sources, the Falcons have filed for uniform changes in 2026. So the Falcons are probably going to get new uniforms in 2026. Don't know what it's going to entail. They go back to the throwbacks or whatnot, but the Falcons have filed with the NFL to have new uniforms in 2026. Which, thank God for that. Just go with this full time. I have no problem with that. You pay and play for the Bucs in Super Bowl, yes. Rank the Pats, Broncos, and Rams to clinch Sunday. Get back to red again. I don't know what is going on. He's not doing anything. Honestly, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, that'll save you, Falcons. Although it's better than what they got right now. New logo? Nothing, not new logo, but new unis. We'll see. Rank their chance to clinch. Pats a 3, because I think the Bills win that game. Broncos 1, Rams 2. That's my guess. Alexa, name the Jags Dolphins game from 06. Oh, yeah, you were at that game. All right, here we go. 4:26 to go in the 3rd. Bucs, good chance here to make it a 2-score game with a nice drive. Evans having a pretty good game in his return after the injury. First game in nearly 3 months. Let's go back to the logo they have tonight. They should. I have no problem with that. 2010 jerseys. Those are fine. Sideline shot. Speaking of Evans, back shoulder. Call the 30-yard line. Mike Evans. Someone like they able to take the Michigan job? Yeah, 100%. I think he's going to take it. I think he would. They really miss Mike Evans. Yep, working on Terrell. And Mike Evans, welcome back, young man. What a grab. Back shoulder. Oh, man, when he's on his game like this, he's fun to watch. Channel logo in the future? Slim. I love this logo. Very slim. One on the top, one on the bottom. Yeah, primers 57. They usually do. Yeah, that's going to be insane, Dexy. Handle up the middle here. It's Irving. Be thrown down at the 36-yard line by Bates. 2nd and 4. It's not been a good quarter for the Falcons. You are not getting there. You know, I'm probably never changing my logo. Mayfield looks a lot more comfortable this quarter. They're connecting with Evans. One of the best connections in football. It's been sorely missed all season. Everyone's a 1K, not this year, but it's averaged about 250 a game to do that. Needs to put Anthony Gonzalez numbers in 07. If you know, you know on that. They're going to run the Wildcat. Up the middle. Irving fakes the give to White, and he'll go up the middle for a first down, taking down by Bates at the 48-yard line of Atlanta. And you only need about one more first down to get into field goal range and make it 2 scores. Even when Baker hurt, Bucs are a different team with Evans. Yes, they are. Very different. You just throw it up to him. He's going to make the play. They go in the Wildcat, fake the jet sweep, and Irving up the middle. Ready to give them the game? Yeah, they're undisciplined right now. It's all Bucs to Seth. It's all creamsicles. One at the top, one at the bottom. Again in the Wildcat. Irving again up the middle and thrown down at the 43. And Atlanta does not have a great run defense this season. Just take it to him on the Wildcat. I was a collapse forever. I said, mini helmet merch one? I would love to. I wish they made. I have to find... There's got to be a way to make it. Because I would do that in a heartbeat. I would definitely sell footballs and helmets with my logo on it. I would definitely do that. I would 100% do that. That'd be cool to have. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. 2nd and 5 here. Receiver in motion to the top of the screen. Play action, Mayfield. Antsy feet, he'll be taken down to 50. Thrown down by LaCale London. He's been sacked a few times today. Tampa in the clock over here now. Well, you got to get a first down here. Problem is that now you got 3rd and 12. You just see Baker is having trouble today in terms of hesitancy. He's pump faked a lot today. Happy feet, antsy feet on that one. That 4-man sack, they collapsed on him. 4 sacks today for Atlanta. London, going to get credit for that one. 3rd and 12. One of the top 3 at the bottom. Ibuka lines up out wide. They'll send 4. Mayfield to the sideline, overthrown. Looking for Tez Johnson, the rookie wideout. Tell the uniform changes? Yes, you do. No harm done for Atlanta. Not count Evans for 1K until it doesn't happen. Bears still playing like he's hurt? A little bit, yeah. So Falcons get a stop. There was that theory, Dexy. There was. Too high for Johnson. And they were in field goal range. All they had to do was just keep it on the ground. They throw on 2nd down. Get sacked. Now the Falcons are going to get it back. With 1 minute to go in the 3rd. Dixon gets it off. This one fielded at the 13-yard line. 37-yard punt. Tompkins on the fair catch. Atlanta starting inside their own 15. With 53 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, if you like what we see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. Helps the channel out a ton. Try to grow this community even more. And no OT tonight. Just keep that in mind. No OT. But obviously, we will be live tomorrow for no OT stream. And we'll do the Montana State game. Yeah, they're Falcons fans. Yes, they are, Detroit. They are Falcons fans. $500 is doable. Yes, $500 is going to be doable. Yeah, 500 will definitely be doable. If Illinois State wins the FCS championship, that would be insane. You feel Stallions play... There's no Birmingham. Bad fans, Saints fans? It depends. Which player right now would be great as an analyst or color commentator? I think Andrew Wingard. He's very good with the media. I think Andrew Wingard. Phillip Rivers also. I mean, Phillip Rivers is just a comedian. Phillip Rivers is a... He's just so good on the mic. Eagles Wolves Week 17? Probably not. Yeah, 425 game. I don't stream those. Just gotta save the voice on that one. A Saints to play for LSU. One on top, one on the bottom. Hand off, Robinson up the middle. And he'll be brought down the 15-yard line. A gain of 2. You have to call another play. Zach, coming so soon. Saints play for LSU. Try to think on the top of my head on that one. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire played for the Saints, if I'm not mistaken. You know, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He was on the Saints at one point. Second 8. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left. You know, yeah, his delivery, like, I saw the footage today. Robinson catches, then fumbles. We'll see if he ever had control. If he did, that's Bucks ball, the 25-yard line. No signal yet. Robinson saying there's no way he caught that ball. 3 a.m. Saturday, we're just doing Army-Navy and the LA Bowl. No signal yet. Did Robinson make a football move? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. There might be a third. Depends where they mark the first. 1, 2, 3. I think that's a fumble. That's a catch and fumble. I think that's catch and fumble. I think that's Bucks ball. He got a third step in. He got a third step. I don't think he dropped it. I think he got a third step. I'm going turnover. 1, 2, 3. Ball then comes loose after the hit by Dean. There's the third element. There's the added element. There's a third foot. Cousins? Yeah, he might be a good one. They'll take a look at this, obviously. But someone tells me this is Bucks ball. In the red zone. It is. That's a catch and fumble. He took the third step. And the Bucks will have it at the 25-yard line. And a good game for Robinson. Up until that play right there. Mayfield, pressure up the gut. He'll avoid the sack. Looking to throw in the run, fires across his body. It's caught at the 14-yard line. And that's Evans. Once again. But Evans is not getting up. Okay, now he is. Okay, now they rule incomplete. Now he gets up. He's slow to get up. Okay, a bit slow to get up. No catch. They changed the call. Evans is walking on his own power. He was slow to get up. The players are calling for the training staff on him, but he'll be okay. He gets back on his own feet. 2nd and 10. Labels her as an active player. He is active at this point. All right, I'll put a poll up. He's up on his own. Should be okay. Put the poll up. Falcons or Buccaneers? Who wins this one? If you like what we see, that like button, subscribe to the channel a ton. Should be the starter when Penix is healthy? I mean, for this season, yes. Is it over? 4th quarter. We're going to the 4th. Evans future Hall of Famer? Yes, 100%. Pels win. Oh, wow. 143. Good for them. Wow. Yeah, Evans is going to be future Hall of Famer. Evans is 100% Hall of Famer. Most 1,000-yard receiving seasons in a row. I mean, he's got every accolade in the book in Bucs history. He's got Super Bowl ring. Not that you're bad for a wide receiver, but Evans is a Hall of Famer. It would be a crying shame if he does not get in the Hall of Fame. You have a guy with... He's probably going to get to 1,000 catches in his career. He's going to get to over 15,000 yards. Years left for Prater? I would think maybe 2. I mean, you would think Evans will get to 15,000 yards. He'll get to 120 touchdowns. I mean, he'll finish inside the top. Probably he'll finish inside the top 10 all time in touchdowns. He'll do it. But there's a NFL ready to play for the Falcons right now. The only 2 second-team All-Pros. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think part of it is because... First down. They do call it a catch now. They do change the call. The refs did signal incomplete, but then expedited review while we were gone ruled that a catch by Evans, who is going back in the game. So Evans is healthy. He's going to go back out there. Is this Folk's less here? No, it's right out of his mind right now. Folk is like leading the league in field goal percentage. Folk's going to be around for another few more years. Problem with Evans is that he played the same time as AB and Julio Jones. And that kind of derailed him from getting a lot of first-team All-Pros. 2nd and 10. The Adobe ads. Oh, I hate that song. One of the top 3 at the bottom. They'll send 3. Going for Evans. Flag for PI. Terrell. I think Terrell could start a laundromat at this stage with all the laundry he's picking up. If I was a Pee Wee team in the franchise, yes, I would. Pass interference. Easy call. Yeah, focus out. Let's everyone from the 07 draft. Man. Terrell is, he's had better days. Terrell has had better days. I'll put it that way. Jets to lose again? Jeez. Ball the 5-yard line. They give to Tucker up the middle. Tucker thrown down by Bates at the 3. More Jerry Lunger than Don Henley. Yep. 16 penalties on the Falcons. It's rough. Can they get to 20? Do I hear number 20? Do I hear number 20? Get the clock down. Yeah, they're going to make a 2-score game, barring anything crazy. Ball seems to be in the Jets. You're not wrong there. Second goal. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his left is Tucker. Tight end in motion. Play action. Baker. End zone. Godwin. Touchdown. Blows by Terrell. Couldn't have been Bills Pats? No, because they already did that game on Sunday Football. So it couldn't have been Bills Pats. Because that was already a Sunday night game. It was second stream. You appreciate it, Moon. Yep. Now you go for 2. Now you go for 2. Godwin. They trail at the half. Now up by 2 scores. Godwin. Amazingly enough, former Penn State man, his first touchdown of the season. Yeah, more than 100 than that, yep. Could not have been Bills Pats. I'm sure this was the Thursday game, not the Pats being the Jets 6-3 in my life. 2-point try. They take advantage of the Robinson fumble. And Mayfield's making a 14-point game. We'll go back in the end zone. Octopus. Give him the octopus. Chris Godwin. 28-14. I mean, to be fair, sports talk. To be fair, last year's Bucs-Falcons game was really good on Thursday night. So the Falcons led this game 1 point. Yep. 28-14. Could be worse. Could have Falcons-Rams in 2 weeks. Oh, wait. We do. Octopus for Godwin. Had no touchdowns before this game. If you like what you folks, hit the like button, subscribe. Helps the channel out a ton. 28-14. Atlanta has been outscored 15-0 this second half. Now the Bucs eventually lose. I mean, they got 2 games in 3 weeks against the Panthers. So that's going to be tough. Oops. We're even sure for Burrow. I mean, anything is a quarterback. Andrew Flex over in 6 days. Oh, I don't know about that. That's not fair to the fans. That's if I feel about tickets. Now, we're talking like to go to Sunday night. I'm with you. But to switch days? No, I do not agree with that at all. Is this Burrow's less than Apple? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Thoughts on teams playing twice in 3 weeks? I hate it. It should be like the Premier League. It should be you play everyone once the first half of the season, once second half of the season. Anything on Watt? No, nothing on Watt. Nothing there. Some people picking Scar State over Prairie View and Celebration Bowl. I get it. I didn't see the Leaf comment. Hang on. I didn't see the Leaf thing. Oh, worst quarterback. Smith, Leaf, or Russell? Russell's the best of the bunch. I would think... I would probably say Leaf was the worst. Kickoff, end zone, touchback, ball to 35. Woo! No. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That did not just happen. Everyone can be in division? No. That did not just happen. No. That did not just happen. That... Oh my goodness. Low throw, incomplete of Mooney. No freaking way. Are you for real, man? Are you for real? Oh my goodness. A 200 E-Town. I can't thank you enough, man. Oh my God. Alright, so. Yeah, no pizza today, nope. Okay, you get a lot with that. You get a lot with that. First off, you got to pick one of the games. Second down, screen pass to Robinson on the near side. And he'll be thrown bounds to the 43. Okay, so you get a lot for that. You get to pick Arizona or SMU or Wake. Mississippi State, I appreciate you a ton, man. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. You're awesome, man. Yeah, you get double hundo. You get double hundo, Jack, for that. That's a double hundo. So if you want me to stream anything, let me know. Out route caught Robinson on the near side of the 48-yard line, first down. You got to decide do you want Arizona, SMU, or Wake Forest, Mississippi State. You got 2 games you're choosing for me to stream. Anything goes for that. Anything goes with that. Just let me know which game you want. Oh my goodness, man. You are not kidding. I appreciate you a ton, man. You are awesome. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to react to that. I really don't. Robinson on the stretch play. You want us to be to the 50 and down to 48. If there's any other games you want me to do. No, these are football. Those are football bowl games. Let's start to the 48. SMU. We're going to throw a lot there. Oh, it's not over yet. There's still plenty of time when you make the call. Still plenty of time when you make the call. Forgot there was a game today. I think the Falcons did too. All good, hip clip. Bears Packers. So I can't do. Oh yeah, we'll do Bears. Wait, in 2 weeks? Yeah, we'll do Bears Packers. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Which bowl is that? That's the Holiday Bowl. We'll do Bears Packers. Yeah. I got you on Bears Packers. And we couldn't do the last one. We'll do Bears Packers for this one. I'll give you that. We'll go Bears Packers. So the college football playoff is going to happen at the same time. So we'll do both at the same time. But yeah, we will do Bears Packers alongside the college football playoff. 3rd and 3. So yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that's crazy, Jacob. We'll do that. Yeah, first one and 26. Yes, it is. 3rd down. It's 4-down territory here, obviously. Yeah, we'll do Bears Packers for Saturday night. Now we'll do it at the same time as the playoffs. So there's going to be another game on. I think JMU is that night, but we will do that at the same exact time. So Bears Packers, we got you covered. It's going to be 2 games at once, like I did for the Indiana, Ohio State game and the Tulane game. But yeah, we'll call both games. We'll do it. They're going to send 5. Cousins. Wheel route. Caught by Pitts at the 35 to the 30 and out of bounds to the 26-yard line. You get another game, too, if you want. You also get another game. Because that was 2. My stream have Christmas earlier? I didn't want to do it. I want to spend time with the family for Christmas last year. You get another game, too, if you want. And with 2, have another 2 hundo and pennies. I respect that. I appreciate you a ton. Which game do you want, Michael? Appreciate you, man. You guys are coming hot tonight. Oh, my God. Which game do you want, Michael? I'll get you on the call for it. Which game do you want? Yeah, if you want another game, too. We're doing Bears Packers versus 10,000. Fun pick on the screen to Robinson. Slam pass middle of the field. It's caught by Sills. Hurls to the 6 with the hurdle. Gain at 20. Yeah, so you get a second game if you want as well. You want Duke, get you on it. We're not going to be on during holidays? No, we'll be on every day. We'll be on every day. Yeah, it's actually a good one. Didn't you just say it was not a, put a better game on? Didn't you just say put a better game on? Literally 2 minutes later. Oh, it's actually a pretty good game. Bounce outside. Robinson. Redemption from the fumble. He's in for the touchdown. We got a brand new ball game. Now, there is some strategy. Go for 2 down 14. We'll see if they do that here. But Robinson finds the end zone. So we're not over yet. Two is good. All right, all good. All good. I appreciate you a ton, man. You're awesome. Top 5 Thursday game of the year? Yes. You can speak John Baker in my fantasy league? Oh, that's rough. They're going for 2. Cousins back of the end zone. Incomplete. Was looking for Pitts. Wants a flag. Not going to get it. Yeah, souped up back to the Olympics. He was good last time. So 28-20. About 9.5 to go. We got a good one here, folks. I can't believe the donation. You're awesome, man. The 2 went for nothing. Yep, they tried that before going for 2 down by 14 or down by 8 in this one. Watching the Clippers also the upset. Houston, yeah, lost by 2, but a lot closer than I think a lot of people expected. How much SML in agents? Yeah, it's been a while. Right now, I still need 2 possessions. Yeah, I get it though. I get it. I'll put your thoughts up on this. Would you go for 2 down 8? Obviously, I'm not talking about if the Falcons score another touchdown. I mean, would you go for 2 down 8 in terms of when you're down by 14 and then go to 8? You go for 2 to 8? I bias because that probability analysis faster. So appreciate it. Game awards, I do not have them on. Right, 7% chance to get at least 1 of the 2 2-point conversions. Oh, it's not game at all. No, you're only down by 1 score. 9 minutes ago, you're only down by 1 score. If you like, we see if I still like, but subscribe, helps the channel a ton. So try and grow this community even more. Season only kick the extra point, season over, enough to lose, go for 2. I get that. I get that. The value of winning regulation far outweighs the prospect of tying hand to overtime. Especially you have to remember, too, when you're eliminated from playoffs. You don't want anything going OT if you're in the playoffs. You don't want anything going into overtime in the if you're mathematically eliminated. You don't want to risk anything. You did not mention that. That's awesome, Dan. Congratulations. That's awesome. Prime Mission guys finally go for 2 down 8 strategy. Nice. Kickoff does not reach the 20. So Gonzalez, they've had some kicking issues this season. And on to that here. Ball will be placed at the 40-yard line for Tampa on a short kickoff. If you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe, post the channel on time. We got 9:37 to go. Yeah, another penalty. 17 penalties. Only 3 more tests and you're done. Let's go. Let's go. I've not seen that doc yet. Screen pass here. That's caught. Gain of 6. The 46-yard line. The karaoke has started. Yep. I'll be hopping over there after this one's done. Can I have a whiskey? That is odd. Second down. All right, man. Early morning, Mark. Glad I call you. I appreciate you a ton, Nev. You are amazing. Thank you so much for love and support. We'll do Bears Packers. We're going to be on there. Yeah, first costly. I do not like that. Second and 4. Mayfield steps up. Pump fake. Fires on the run. Sliding. Caught. Another flag. This one I think will be on Atlanta. Not that it matters because Ibuka makes the grab at the 45-yard line. Plan to? I might at some point. Yeah, the Falcons display flags to be an Olympic ceremony. It could be. Penalties declined. It's on Terrell. Of course it's Terrell. Why are they not benching him at this point? Like, Terrell has been called for at least 2 penalties a drive. Ibuka caught the ball. Decline penalty. But still, just the discipline. And I appreciate you, Tony Dev. You are awesome. I can't thank you enough, my man. Man, I don't know what is happening with this tint on the camera. 5 on 12. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Ball the 45. Play action. Mayfield chucks it into the dirt in the flat for White. Incomplete. Falcons low flags. You are not wrong there. Flag day for the Falcons. Yes, it is. Charles, more penalties and rivers off grandkids. Opposite legacy game? Dumpster game? Oh, no, you're good, Nick. You're good. You're good. Mayfield fires to the sideline. Picked off! Picked off by D. Alford at the 34-yard line. And just like that, the Falcons are back in business. All good hip club. Yeah, with the novel, I completely get that. Baker Mayfield throws that ball in the out route, looking for Evans on the comeback. And Alford just sits down and reads it. And a leaping grab. And just like that, Atlanta down by 14 at one point. Has a chance to tie things in with a good drive here. Bad throw by Mayfield. First down, Falcons at the 33. Can they please spoiler here? Panthers fans loving that pick. Robinson are going to love this run too, as Robinson to the outside gets out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Had a touchdown on the last drive. He'll get things started again at 13. No, you missed a 200. Yep, Edav donated 200. It was insane. It was insane. Edav, just generosity was insane on that one. Gets by Reddick on the juke move. Well, I got when they changed sudden death to touchdown, but it's clear no T will satisfy everyone. Yeah, this is the best. This is the best system. I think right now is the best system. Because there's strategy to deferring, but also strategy to receiving. This is the best system. Super Bowl's a toss-up. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Tight end goes in motion. It's Warner as a blocker. They'll give it to Robinson again. This time he'll get to midfield. Or about 2 to the 49-yard line, we'll say. 2nd and 8. Plenty of time for Atlanta. Obviously, you're going for 2 on a touchdown. You even have a chance potentially to get 3 on this drive. It's not ideal. But if there's enough time, you can be okay with getting 3. It's not ideal, obviously. But obviously, if you're Raheem Morris, you have to have a timer in your mind. Okay, where is it okay to get 3 versus where is it 4-down territory? Empty backfield here. Cousins. They'll send 5. Comeback route, incomplete. Looking for Robinson. 52 more yards to tie. Yep. 51 more yards, but... also the 2-point conversion. Yeah, so yeah. 52 more yards to tie. Yep. You're right on that one. 3rd down. And it's not 4-down territory just yet. Now it's 7 to go in all your timeouts. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Warner in the backfield, Robinson in motion. Cousins will snap it. Pressured off his back foot, middle of the field. Pitts at the 41-yard line. Hops over Dean. That's a gain of 10 and a first down. Like M3, you know what you need? Lead with a touchdown. Yep. Kyle Pitts' legacy game. This is the game people expected Pitts to have ever since he came out of college. College OT is the best format. I do like OT for college. NFL kickers are too good. You couldn't really have it work like that. 6.5 to go. 2 at the top. Robinson motions. They'll give it to Algier on the stretch. He'll get to the 35. Algier to the 30. Algier down the 26-yard line. I pulled him part. Oh, yeah, that was great. That was great. Oh, man. A+ for play on my end. Gain of 15. Pulsing a Pitts Gronk. Yes, he is. Cousins always like great against Tampa. Yes, he does. Bears involved in 2 games in the last 2 when team went for 2 down by 8. Yep. It's common strategy now. I'm not crazy about it, but it's common strategy. 6 minutes to go. You have all your timeouts. Time not an issue. You're at field goal range. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Your bait worked? Yeah, it did work. You shall accept your small crown. It's number 2. I love it. Hand off here to Robinson. To the 25. What happened with Perna? He tweeted something out about when the Stills drop happened. He tweeted out, "Is there ever been a worse drop in NFL history than this?" And I retweeted a still frame, and I said Jacoby Jones dropping the ball against the Broncos. Obviously, he didn't drop the ball. Hipwood with a 5-er. Thank you for being my friend. Being a great host to me and my family. God bless you. Always a purpose of the game pick for me. Oh, good. I appreciate you a ton, Hipclip. And good luck on the novel. I'm excited for that. Cousins, middle of the field, slam pass caught. Mooney to the 10. Mooney loses the football. Mooney fumbled. Mooney fumbled the ball. Who's got it? And that's clearly a fumble. There's no debate on that one. But it was recovered by Atlanta. The bottom of the pile, coming away with that ball was Ryan Azil, the center. So you would think Falcon ball. He came away with it. And it will be. Oh my goodness. Mooney. One of his first touches of the day. Levante David comes in and rips that away from him. And it looked like there were a swarm of Bucks underneath it. There were 4 Bucks compared to 1 Falcon in the center. Just comes in and somehow saves the game for Atlanta. Are you kidding me? The center just diving on that one. And what should have been Bucks' ball. 3 at the top. Cousins. Back of the end zone. Incomplete. 2 4 round in front for Sills. With 4:18. You guys have been amazing tonight. Red challenge flag? Can't really challenge that. I mean, the Falcons came in with the ball. Not sure how you would challenge that. Because the Falcons came up with the fumble. I mean, something like that, whoever comes away with that, I mean, unless you're the Browns against Washington. If you come away with the ball, you're going to have it. 2nd and goal. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, back to his right. Now it's 4 down territory. They'll give it to Robinson, which should indicate 4 down territory. Not that it's good. There's a flag on the play. I was going to say not that it matters, but because he's going to run to the end zone, but I don't think that there was a drop by Sills. That was a bit too far out in front. But speaking of Sills, you can blame for that one. I'm not really sure I blame for that pass, but I'm going to blame for the false start. He flinched. Why still in the league? Yeah, that's a great question. 20 penalties now. Yeah, he moved forward. He took about 5 steps forward. The Browns against Raiders in 05. Yep. New team record. First time since 2019 we've had a team with 18 penalties in a game. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Back to his right. Sills in motion. They'll send 4. Cousins. Slam pass. Looking for Warner, the tight end. Down at the 8-yard line. Thrown down by Winfield. I would think at this point, under 4 minutes, it's 4 down territory. 6-point game? No. 8-point game? Yes. I appreciate you a ton, Hip Clip. That's right, dude. Actually went to the Holiday Bowl, so I went to the San Diego game. Davis was silly there, yep. Now it's got to be 4 down territory. All-time record, I think it was the Raiders against the Bucks in 2016. 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Robinson in motion. Cousins, they'll send 4. Looking, goal line fade. Pitts, head trick. He bobbled it. Did he control it afterwards? He did. We'll see. They're talking about this. We'll see. I think he bobbled it a little bit. They're going to say touchdown for the moment. Let's see if they win, yeah. So there's a penalty. I think Raiders game in 2016 was pretty bad. On talking tomorrow, overtime, and then we'll do the FCS quarterfinal. Let's see. Oh, the elbow's out. The butt is in. What came down first? He bobbled it here. 1. Is that control? He's out. Elbow's out. Elbow's out. I don't think it's a touchdown. Elbow was out, I think. Came down with the butt at the same time. Yeah, elbow came first. Elbow was out first. Elbow was out first. That's not a touchdown. If it is, it's a hat trick for Pitts. And he bobbled it. One knee equals 2 feet. The butt is in, but the elbow is out. And the elbow's out the exact same time as the butt. I don't think that's a touchdown. And now you got to go for it here if you're Atlanta. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to be live for the Montana State game against Stephen F. Austin for the quarterfinals of the FCS playoff. Yeah, elbow hit first. I don't think that's counted. Yeah, the elbow is on the white. Towel hit first. Oh, towel-y. Well, towel's not a part of the body. Elbow's out. I don't think it's a touchdown. Now you got to go for it, obviously. 6-point game I'm kicking, but you can't kick the field goal here. So you need to get a stop, and then you need a long drive down the field. 1 first down. He would put it in trouble. 2 first downs to pretty much end it. But you got ground game, so no hit first. Yep. And he has control here. There's 1. The second heel never comes down. That should not be a touchdown. Don't know if it's tough to overturn. I mean, the elbow's out. I mean, it's very clearly the elbow's out. Have a review? Stands! Are you kidding me? Oh, I don't know about that one, but Carolina fans are loving that. Hat trick. Hat trick for Pitts. I am blown away by that. Wow. That elbow's out. Oh, I don't agree with that call at all. That elbow's out, but now the all-important 2-point try. Stop the music early. 2-point try. I don't know about that. Cousins. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Broken up by Vita Vea. We're not going to onside kick here. You have time to kick it deep. If I'm Bulls and Furious, I'd be too. Oh, man. The TV announcer agree with the call? I do not. Man. That call's a joke. Onside kick, I would not onside kick. Is that the game? No, not the game. Not the game. I am blown away by that call. Now, if it's overturned, we froze frame it. Or lost on 4. Yeah. No, the teams have lost on that. They've lost earlier this season on that. I mean, he's clearly out. I mean, what evidence do you need? Yeah, McCauley sucks. McCauley is so bad at his job. I can't believe we call it a touchdown either. What do I think of the catch? That was not a catch. Do what Santos didn't do. No, you're not kicking out of the landing zone. No, you're not kicking short of the landing zone here. No, that's only with like 2:02. Not with 3:23. Wow. Team ever lost with a strategy? I think this year they have, yeah. Before the past 2 years, no. Is Raiders going to Tampa? Yep. Told you it was Raiders. Rest more touches than not. That's my opinion. Yeah, but that was not even close. I mean, the elbow is so clearly out. I mean, I don't know what to say at that point. Wish the clock was at 2:02 because complete trilogy. Yes, I wish so too on that one. Panthers fans love the call, though. There's it on speed dial there. Oh, boy. 28-26. They'll kick it deep. There's no reason onside kick here with how low percentage it is. Yeah, Browns had a lot of penalties in 2018. Yep. Yes, they did. That was a disappointing season for them. Bucs are up by 14. It's now down to a 2-point game. Kickoff. Fielded at the 1. Taken out. To the 20. 25, and Tucker out of bounds to the 27-yard line. Falcons have all their timeouts. If they'll go on either side, it's going to be tough. I mean, Falcons could. I don't think the Bucs would be in a field goal spot. Bucs would be a chunk play. And then you got to stop your Atlanta. Field goal for the Falcons is doable if you get the 3 and out. Yeah, Confidence game tonight. Yep. By Uptown Girl in Tampa. Living in our uptown world. One at the top, one at the bottom. Handoff here. Irving up the middle to the 33. Falcons have their timeouts. They will not take one yet. There's some strategy in terms of when you take it. Obviously, you're at the plus of the 2-minute warning. Don't need to take it yet. Prime time late special team decision that wasn't dumb. Yep, it's a miracle. There you go. Ever said Bucs lose by 1? Yep, you did. Same Cup at South Florida. He's been a monster tonight. Yes, he has. You know what time I take him by Bowles. Or by Morris, I should say. Which is fine. You don't need to take it yet. One at the top, one at the bottom. I formation again. 2nd and 4. Tight end in motion. They'll give it again to Irving. This time he'll get down to the 35. Now we'll see if they take the timeout. Now they will. Yep. That's the right call. With 2:37, you take it. And when our Fantasy League start pits, I don't know for the playoffs. So 2 left for the Falcons. Trying to some leverage with this game. Yeah, and then obviously the Panthers game, 2 and 3. 3rd down. Now you have to wonder, honestly, is this 4-down territory here? If it's 4th and an inch, I might go for it. But the way our defense has looked as of late, I would go for it. Obviously, if it's 4th and 3, I'm not. But if it's 4th and a foot, I would try and end the game right then and there. But we're thinking for Atlanta, if you get the first down here, Atlanta calls timeout, about 2:30 left. The next play, call timeout. 2nd down, take it down to 2-minute warning. 3rd down, 155 down to 115. Punt away, they get back with 108. So if you don't get a stomp here, it's not over. First down does not win it. Best case, you get back with 108. Best case for Atlanta, if you don't get a stop, is get back with 108. 3rd down. Here we go. Ball at the 34-yard line. 2 at the top, 1 the bottom, back to his right. Mayfield, they're going to throw. They're going to send 4. Mayfield, out route, caught, stay in bounds. He does. At the 36. Now, timeout should be taken by Morris here. And he will with 2:28. Again, not over yet. There's a first down, 1 timeout left. They go with a flat to Godwin. It's not over yet. But now, if you're Morris, you got to know the situation. You have 1 timeout left. You have to call it at some point. If you call it on the plus side, you get an extra 5 seconds. So if I'm Morris, I'm calling timeout immediately after this play is done. I'm not saving it for the 2-minute warning. I call it immediately. And again, no OT tonight. So we're just going to hop off after the stream is done. But again, first down, you figure they're going to run the ball again. They get back with 108. Waiting for the Morrison decision. There's still time. We'll see how he manages the timeouts here. We'll see. Mayfield, handoff. Irving, bottled up at the 35-yard line by Onyemata. And the Bucs will... Okay, he knows the strategy. Take a timeout. That one's take a timeout. Knows the strategy. All right, I'll give Morris credit. He knows the strategy. It's an extra 5 seconds you save. Yep, that's the right call. It's the right call. Look at him. Who would have thought? First down wins it now? Yes, it does. Now a first down wins it. Best case for the Falcons to get back with 108. They got to get a stop here, obviously. Best case, you get back 108. Now, 2nd and 14. You wonder how the Bucs play this. I would assume they take it down to the 2-minute warning, but then after that, you don't know. Like, do you give them the 40 seconds or you try to win the game? 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. They can throw here. They will. Baker, they'll send 6. Middle of the field and incomplete. Broken up by Ibuka. Or excuse me, Ibuka was the intended target. Broken up by Alford. I'm okay with that. I don't hate the idea of throwing. He was open. That's behind him. That's behind him. Imagine the heck of spots too. Can you imagine? That's the right call. That's the right call. Look, he was open. He was open on the crosser. He was wide open. Baker's got to hit that throw. Bulls will call it timeout. They'll have 2 left. He was open. It's not a decision, no. Because you're not ending the game. The thing is that you have 14 yards. You need to get 14 yards on 2 plays. Even if you take the clock down, probably said now the Falcons get back with 108. Now, if the Bucs were up by a touchdown, I play the clock. But I look at it for Atlanta as, okay, you're probably going to get this back around the 20-yard line. You need about 40 yards. You can do that in a minute pretty easily in the NFL. You can do that in a minute. So does it really make a difference if you get back with 108 versus 150? Eh, not really. We need about 40 yards. I wouldn't think it does compared to the alternative of trying to win the game. 3rd down, Mayfield is going to step up. He will get, avoiding the sack for the moment, then he gets thrown down at the 34-yard line. It is Diablo. 5 sacks for the Falcons today. And they'll punt it away with 2 minutes. I have no problem throwing the ball there. You might be an offensive, yeah, it might be. Because again, there's no... Yeah, you have the play. That was the right call. Because here's how it is. If you get a first down, you win the game. If you don't get a first down, Falcons get it back. Now, is there a difference between going out 35, 40 yards to get the field goal range in a minute 08 versus a minute 55? Not really. You can do it. You can do it either way. Now, if it was a touchdown, different story. We're talking about 80 yards going down to find the end zone. Yeah, there's a difference. There's a big difference there, actually. Go for it on 4th and 15? No, no. That'd be a dumb decision. On 4th and 15, you're not doing that. No. If you go for it, Bowles needs to be fired on the spot. No, that was different. Sirianni, that was different for 2nd down. Because you have to remember, too, with Sirianni, the difference there was that you need a yard. This was 14. And if it's up for throwing it, yeah. I mean, the Falcons do have time to get into range. You have Pitts. You have Robinson. They have time. Yeah, I have no problem with the throw. It's not like they were under 2 minutes left. The problem is that, like, the throw, the Falcons game against the Eagles, that was inside 2 minutes. You need a yard. Ready to know what happened? The Bucs are on choke alert. Dixon on to punt. Not a lot of hang time there. 20, 25. Tompkins bouncing outside. Thrown out at the 31-yard line. Zane Gonzalez is the kicker. His long this year is 56. His career long is 57 when he was with the Panthers. Helped them out there with that kick. Obviously, he can help them out again tonight as a member of the Falcons. Can win a division? They could. You need about, I'd say, 30 yards to get into range. Watch out, turnover. Oh, man. Yeah, he'd go for it on 4th and 15 for reasons. Curse look a lot better than expected. Yeah, he always looks against the Bucs for whatever reason. They're going to send 5. Cousins, sideline, open, out route, caught, out of bounds. Gain of 17 at Sills. 1st down. They only need 15 yards to get into range. Keep the red helmets, I'm with you. Quick yell on DraftKings. Ooh, all right. Yeah, yell on DraftKings for that one. How many teams have lost game because of going for 2 down 14? The Falcons are down because of that going for 2 down by 14. It's happened a few times. This season and last year it happened a few times. But also teams have won it a lot. One of the top two at the bottom, Mooney. Falcons just like favorite. Oh man, they're gonna send 5. Cousins stepping up. He'll get sacked. Ball came out. Ball came out. Vea says the Bucs have it. Vea says the Bucs have it. No signal yet. Play is blown dead. Reddick came up with it. Reddick came down with the ball. Is this Bucs football? Reddick came on with a pile with it. The ruling is second down. They're going to say Falcons ball. Reddick forced the fumble. And the Bucs came away with a pile with it. Looked like a Falcon did fall on that, but did he have control? They're going to say they're going to say Kirk fell on it. They're going to say Kirk fell on it. That's Falcons ball. Second down. Cousins off his back foot. Incomplete on the comeback route. Looking for Mooney. Dean on the coverage. There's a flag on the play, though. It's on the Falcons. Back it up. 10 yards. Jake Matthews having a rough one holding. That's number 19. In terms of penalties. That's number 19. Second and forever. So much for an extra go to waste. You have 3 plays to get 28 yards. 28 yards in 3 plays. I don't think Falcons fans like that combo. Second down. Cousins in the gun. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. They're going to throw. They'll send 5. Cousins, middle of the field. Low throw for Mooney. Incomplete. Bucs only 3 flags tonight. Yeah, the discrepancy's been pretty high. Third and 28. Yep, that's what I was going for on that one. That's what I was going for. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Robinson in the backfield. They're going to send 4. Cousins checks it down. It's Pitts on the wheel to the 35. Juke move to the 40. He'll get some extra yards to the 43. Clock is running. 4th and at least semi-manageable. 4th and 14 is not the end of the world. It's not great, but it's a lot better than 4th and 28. They get half the yardage back. Tick, 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 tick. Clock not really a concern for the Falcons. You get the first year in field goal range. So you can take your time on this one, actually. Just make sure everyone's set. They'll snap it. They're going to send 4 for the game. Cousins, sideline, open, caught! Caught by Sills! Redemption for Sills! At the 37-yard line! The Bucs were up by 14. They'll spike it with 29. Bucs were up by 14. Had the ball with 2 minutes to go. And then defensively, 3rd and 28. There is a flag on the play, though. On a spike. 12 men on the field on the defense. The spike doesn't even matter. 1st and 5. At the 32. Oh, man. Now you're inside 50 yards. Implosion in Tampa. I'll call a screen to Mooney. He'll get out of bounds. Near the line to gain at the 27. The Buccaneers. Dumb decisions. Kirk, we got a swag surf tonight. He'll got to do it. Yeah, this is a crazy game. Last year's game was phenomenal. Last year's Thursday night game was insanity between the Falcons and the Bucs. This one, another classic. Carolina watching as they are 24 seconds away from going to first. I'd run the ball here, get to the line, spike it. The Bucs have 2 timeouts. And they're going to run it here with Robinson. Robinson gets taken down the line of scrimmage. We'll see if the Bucs take a timeout. They will not. There's no reason to. You can't get the ball back. Second down. You figure they're just going to spike it here. They get on the left hash. 6, 5, and they'll spike it with 4. Third down. Bucs have 2 timeouts. They can ice him. Zane Gonzalez, former Panthers kicker, can help his old team out a lot with this one. Buccaneers have been reeling as of late. They have lost 4 of their last 5. They are 45 yards away from losing 5 of their last 6. They had 3rd and 28. They convert. The Falcons down by 14 in the 4th. 43-yard try, but not before a timeout by Tampa. Or minus 125 to plus 270, minus 400. Man, the swing on live betting. If you like what you see, the like button, subscribe, helps the channel out a ton. Zane Gonzalez. 83% on the season. The Falcons have had their kicking issues this season. Remember the week 1 game. Koo, the old kicker on the Falcons, missed a 44-yard field goal to tie it with 6 seconds left. Bucs had the lead in that one. Falcons drove down the field, got an easy 44-yard try, missed it. This time, deja vu. Bucs had the lead. Falcons driving down the field late, 44-yard try. Will it be the same story with a different kicker? It will not be! Gonzalez drills it! The Falcons win it! A 15 or 14-point lead! Gone! 15 straight by Atlanta. And the Falcons win the game. And you know what that means if you've been on this stream before. You know what this means before we sign off. Let's just finish the music. The Falcons with a crazy Thursday night win before we sign off. You know what's coming. You know what's freaking coming. Here we go. Let's do it.
Whenever there's a crime, some crooks are gonna do time. They all better beware, cause the Hammerman will be there. Here's how it started a long time ago.
The legend of the hammer and how it began to grow.
He was given magical shoes from a hip-hop Motown dude. Together they had power.
They stood up for what was right.
But Gramps was getting old and he couldn't keep up the fight. Right.
So Gramps and his granddaughter,
they went out on the road to find a man they knew could jam who was worthy
of the load.
They met a guy named
Stanley
who was dancing every night. He helped the kids play every day. His heart was
out of sight.
So Gramps
opened up the bag
and took out the magical
shoes.
He set them on the ground and they soon began to
groove.
The shoes knew at once they had finally found their man. They hopped right on his feet and he became
Hammer Man, Hammer Man, Hammer, Hammer Man, Hammer,
Hammer Man,
Hammer,
Hammer Man,
Hammer. Yeah. There you go. Falcons 29, Bucs 28. The comeback. As the Bucs are reeling at the worst possible time. Carolina takes first in the South for the moment. The Bucs drop to 500. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. We've got overtime at 6 We got Stephen F. Austin against Montana State at 9. Appreciate you tuning in. JG9 sign off. The Falcons win it. Final score, 29-28. Take care. Have a great rest of your night. I will see you guys tomorrow night.